What is Battle Court Jai-Alai? The world's fastest ball sport, and so much more. Jai-Alai is played inside a 3-wall court that measures just 120 feet long by 33 feet wide. The game is played with a hand-woven wicker basket called a cesta and a Jai-Alai ball. The ball is as hard as a rock, and it travels around the court at an average speed of 150 miles per hour. Players will crash into the sidewall or throw themselves onto the concrete ground without a single layer of padding just to get to it. Jai-Alai is like playing baseball if you had to catch and throw with just the gloved hand. And it's a rally sport, kind of like tennis, but much more dangerous.
Manny, there's a carom. Bradley on the move, breaking. He got there. Blast the forehand. Everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit by the ball.
Jai-Alai is played as a singles match or as a doubles match. The match winner is the first player or doubles pair to win 2 out of 3 sets played to 6 points.
Gaucheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gaucheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside.
Right, another
one.
mate. Did it
He
again.
made it.
2 times back to back. That's freaking crazy.
Here's Gaucheri, 2-wall return. Douglas reaching outside. Powerful forehand at the feet is missed for the
Point,
win.
set, and match.
Point, set, and match.
That's
Douglas.
respect.
Every point rally begins with a serve, then the players alternate catching and throwing the ball. While a point is being played, the ball can hit any of the court walls, but it cannot bounce twice on the ground. Simply put, the object of the game is to catch one more ball than your opponent, or better yet, to fire the ball so it can't be caught. When a player cannot successfully return the ball to the front wall, then 1 point is awarded to the opposition and the next rally begins with a new serve. A Battle Court game day consists of 6 matches, and the team that wins the most matches wins the day. Pick your favorite team, doubles pairing, or singles player, and cheer for them all season long. Or up the ante and bet on it. Battle Court Jai-Alai allows for wagering on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. The ball is lethal, the game is lightning fast, and the action is limitless. This is Battle Court Jai-Alai.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Jai-Alai, live from Jam Arena. Tonight's game day will feature the Fireballs and Chargers. Let's begin with player introductions for tonight's game day. We will be introducing first the away team, the Fireballs. Out first, number 14, Stan. Number 18, CRB. Number 23, Ikeda. Number 28, Lalu. Number 21, Urrutia. And the captain, number 64, Nicholas. And now the home team, the Chargers. from San Sebastian in the Basque Country, number 75, Aggie. From Quezon City in the Philippines, number 11, Robin. From Marquina in the Basque Country, number 16, Julian. From Vitoria in the Basque Country, number 44, Amigarena. From Noain in the Basque Country, number 91, Iturbide. And the captain from San Sebastian in the Basque Country, number 54, Zuleika. And with that, the players salute you, the fans, and we are ready to begin tonight's game day. And with the introductions aside, I'd like to welcome everybody back to another Friday night edition of the Spring 26 Battle Court season. I'm Andrew Bleckman, joined alongside Stu Nyman to bring you tonight's matchup between the Fireballs and Chargers. Stu, how you doing?
Doing great, Andrew. Looks like it's going to be a fantastic evening. Great lineup. Looking forward to this first game starting.
3 singles and 3 doubles, beginning with Division 4 doubles. That'll bring out CRB and Ikeda for the Fireballs. They will take on Iturbide and Robin. CRB ready to kick off the action with the first serve.
CRB serves. Our first match has begun. Here's the backhand by Robin. Hard to the inside. Rebote forehand. Laid up. Iturbide advances. Takes it in the air. Ikeda overhead. Forehand over the top. Iturbide's there, winding up. Drop shot to the inside. Ikeda got there before the second bounce. Hard forehand to the inside. Scooped up by Robin. CRB now in the backcourt. Gets that one off. A little too high. That hit the overhead screen, which is out of play. Well played by all 4 players. First point going to the Chargers, Iturbide and Robin.
Well, you know, that's just a point that the Fireballs have to convert early in this match. Iturbide's been an assassin with the Costado so far this season. Ikeda gets up to a drop shot, then Robin scoops it up in the back, and the Chargers put it on the board. That was a good opportunity.
Here's the backhand by Ikeda to the side wall where it is tipped at the 8 line. All tied up, 1-1, CRB serves.
Yeah, not a lot of offensive firepower within this CRB and Ikeda team, but boy, will they grind you out. I mean, Ikeda just played fantastic last week in the backcourt. Again, 0-2 so far for this Fireballs team, but they've shown a lot of good stuff, and they're not going to fight till the end.
That's a powerful backhand by Robin. This is the rebote, that rebound off the back wall, straight up the middle. Iturbide's there. Cortada stopped on the forehand of Ikeda. Ikeda sends it to the inside. Robin with a tip ball in the backcourt. That's a second point for the blue shirts, the Fireballs, CRB and Ikeda.
Well, yeah, that's been the biggest weakness within this Chargers team. Robin's struggling a little bit, particularly with that side wall, as have a lot of players. And catch rate way down there for a Division 5 player. I mean, he's 28th out of 36.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good.
And that's just under 90% as well.
Made
a tough catch on that first. No, absolutely, but made a tough catch on that first point. So definitely, that'll get him going.
Robin goes down low to make the catch. Here's the backhand. Into the corner, out to the rebote. CRB is there. Iturbide on the bounce. Ikeda fine catch at the 8 from the forehand, high to the front wall. Robin powerfully wall-to-wall, high to the backcourt. Rebote forehand by CRB. Ikeda plays the rebote. Inside placement, perfectly placed along the wall to score. That's a third point for CRB and Ikeda. CRB serves.
Well, you said it, Stu. I mean, that ball really could not have been any tighter to the side wall as Iturbide tried to make the catch. And it was floating a bit. That was a lot more difficult catch than it appeared.
Here's the backhand by Robin. He lets that one go high and hard to the back wall.
Wow.
CRB, rebote, that kicked up. Robin going for the scoop on the outside, has a tip ball, fourth point for the Fireballs. CRB and Ikeda. CRB serves.
Well, you just get penalized if you let the ball touch the floor out here. And Robin had an opportunity to move up on it and then step back at the last second. There's no way you're going to scoop that one up, particularly the way that one was spinning.
It's one of those things on the way to catching it in the air. If you have to scoop, you have to scoop.
Yeah.
Here's the backhand by Robin. To the inside it goes. Out to the rebote. Iturbide from the costado. Caught in the middle of the court. Powerful forehand.
Man,
a little too high. That caught the overhead screen. That's a second point for Iturbide and Robin. The Chargers, Iturbide serves.
There's been a lot of great catching, but two forehands Ikeda would like to have back. The one on the first point and that one, both were pretty good opportunities to maybe convert.
Sometimes you have a little too much time to think about it. And that seemed to be the case there.
Yeah.
Powerful backhand by Robin. Rebote again. Rebote forehand by CRB. Iturbide takes it in the air. Placement to the inside. Ikeda on it, but just can't bring it into the cesta. 3 points for Iturbide and Robin of the Chargers. Iturbide serves.
Look, you got to make Iturbide pay if he doesn't throw that drop shot perfectly. And Ikeda's moving up on it. He read it the whole way. Appeared like he was going to make the catch, and then just was indecisive whether to take it on the left or the right side.
When the ball's dropping in front of you, it's one thing to get there. It's another thing to settle it in the cesta.
Yeah, you don't want to let this Chargers team hang around. 3-1 so far this year, and Iturbide has been one of the hottest players.
That's an excellent catch by Robin. He plays it high and hard to the back wall. Out to the rebote for CRB. Forehand rebote. Taken at the side wall by Iturbide. CRB makes the save. Iturbide straight to the corner. Ikeda pulls it off the side wall at the 10 line. Powerful throw by Robin. Ikeda from the back wall. Robin powerfully high to the front wall. Floating rebote stopped beautifully by CRB. Here's the backhand now by Iturbide. Ikeda in the corner. Great catch. Powerful backhand again. Ikeda's there. Ikeda again, this time from the 9 line. Rebote for Iturbide. That kicks way up, passes Ikeda. That's floating. It scores. 4-4 is the score. Iturbide serves for the Chargers.
Yeah, Ikeda's just reading the ball so well today, and it actually did him a disservice on that particular point because that kicked up off the front wall and caught him out of position, let the ball touch the floor, and then the rebote comes out a little wide.
I think 2 of those a day this week.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Players are definitely getting better at reading the ball, but that one tripped him up. Here's the catch by Robin. Backhand. Ikeda goes deep. Robin powerfully from the left side out to the rebote. Again, Ikeda's, CRP's there. Inside placement. The drop shot will score on the second bounce. 5 points for Iturbide and Robin of the Chargers. Possible set point.
Iturbide leading all of Battle Court in total kills and kill rate, which is a very good combination. 17 2-walls, and again, top 5 also in the drop shots here. Goes to the inside, puts it just above the pad, and that's a little too long of a run for Ikeda.
Ikeda to the inside. Here's the backhand. Iturbide to the outside, follows it well. Powerful forehand, crosses, stop by Ikeda. Ikeda over the top. Picada picked up on the left side of Iturbide. Rebote forehand. To the middle of the court. Iturbide is there. Backhand. Straight to the back wall. Out to the rebote.
Oh, trouble.
2-all for Iturbide. Will score point and set for Iturbide and Robin. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out and play our second set.
Yeah, you can't get trapped that far inside against Iturbide with the costado. That's like a wide open layup for an NBA player. He's going to convert that every day of the week.
He saw the inside and just played it beautifully. Ikeda had an opportunity when he had that forehand earlier in the point.
Yeah.
And maybe a little too much time to think about it because he sent it high and the inside was open. You know, Rock's done a good job with the Devils of finding that spot.
Well, that totally flipped the sets, too. I think you're spot on. I mean, after that, well, that included 5 straight points for the Chargers to close it out. And, I mean, the Fireballs can't feel any other way than they gave that set away. I mean, the way that Ikeda caught a couple opportunities that they missed, and you just don't get them, Iturbide and Robin, backed up like that. We just haven't seen it too much this season. We'll give you the rest of the slate tonight, though, as you always do, but after this first set of the day. We got 3 singles coming up next. Lalu and Amigarena first. That's Division 3. Then we'll go to Division 1. Nicholas against Zuleika, followed by CRB against Robin. 2 players in this one, matching up in Division 5. And then 2 doubles to close out the game day. Division 3 and 2, respectively. Aruti and Ikeda against Zuleika and Julin first. Then Lalu and Nicholas against Iturbide and Amigarena. Those will be the 6 matches in order tonight. Just about ready to begin the second set here of our first match. You look at the records of the Fireballs teams competing in these first 4 matches. Winless. In fact, all the Fireballs, the first 4 teams, Division 4 doubles and the 3 singles players, have not won a match so far this season. CRB and Ikeda 0-2, Lalu 0-1, Nicholas 0-3, and CRB 0-2 in singles. You see Robin there. Also, hasn't had a great single season, but catching just fantastic tonight in the backcourt.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to get back there, catch it, communicate with his front court, let Iturbide kill it.
And Iturbide is as good of a partner as you can hope for with the way he's killing it up there. 6-4, Chargers win the first set. Set 2, ready to begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our second set. Reminder, the scoring here in Battle Court. First team to reach 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match. CRB serves. CRB serves. Our second set begins. Rebote, left side. To the left side of Iturbide. Iturbide's 2-all. Perfectly executed and scoring. Iturbide and Robin first up on the board here in the second set.
Well, this is what this Chargers team does. I mean, they kill the point. They were plus 11 on winners. I mean, they've won 24 points. They've only lost 13, and it all starts with Iturbide up there. Big bouncing serve.
What a catch by Ikeda. That was going to the ace. Ikeda stopped it. Here's Iturbide. Ikeda, great catch. Forehand. Iturbide to the backcourt. Backhand. Straight to the back wall. Out to the rebote. 2-all rebote.
Oh,
stopped by Iturbide. Cortada by Iturbide will score. 2 points for Iturbide and Robin of the Chargers. Iturbide serves.
Well, it hasn't been a lot of offense for the Fireballs, and you figure they were going to shoot something at some point, and Iturbide was on it when he did. Rebote 2-all attempt, just the way he set up. Iturbide, you see him moving before he's even throwing it. Picks it off the net, and then look at this Cortado.
Now, had that opened up a bit more, CRB may have had a shot on that, but that was Iturbide read it perfect, right to the forehand.
Don't hate the thought, but, you know, good defense prevails in that case.
Iturbide playing deep backhand from the 8 line into the corner. What a catch by Ikeda in the corner. Ikeda again at the back wall, firing one over the top. Iturbide cuts it up, winds up, looks for that placement, lands in and scores. Split placement scoring, 3 points for Iturbide and Robin. the Chargers.
Yeah, and I think you'll start to see Iturbide go for this high Costado a little bit more now. They're on the drop shot. He's established the 2-wall also, so what's open? The back of the court. And if you can land it there, I mean, you didn't need to land it so perfectly that time because Ikeda was moving up, but hey, it still counts the same. 3-0.
Here's the backhand by Ikeda.
Oh,
Robin,
what a grab.
reaching out at the last second, makes a fine grab. Here's Ikeda. Ikeda, Cortada. Stopped by Iturbide. Robote coming out. CRB, forehand Robote. Caught in the air by Iturbide. CRB, left side. Iturbide cut it off. Costado. Juggling ruled on the catch of Iturbide. That's a point for CRB and Ikeda.
And it ends an 8-point run for the Chargers, too. The ball just bouncing out of Iturbide's basket as he went to make the throw, and the 2-wall was low anyway. Probably an indicator they didn't have control. Fireball's got to take advantage here.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good.
You know, CRB actually has a pretty solid kill rate. He's third amongst all front quarters, but he's only shot 18 attempts.
Here's backhand by Robin. Robote. Robote left side with a light touch. Iturbide is right there. Costado to the forehand of Ikeda. Great read. Cortada stopped by Iturbide. Robote left side. 4. CRB. Here's Iturbide from the Costalo.
Oh, goodness.
That ball lands in and scores. Opened up wide about the 2 line. A 4th point for Iturbide and Robin. Iturbide serves.
I mean, look at the way this one opens up from the outside. Now that lands just a few inches inside the boundary line. Nobody in the world is tracking that one down.
CRB's fast, but he's not that fast. Ikeda on the catch. There's the forehand looking to pass. It does. Robin's there. High and hard to the back wall. Robote comes out. CRB forehand Robote. Iturbide has it. Soft 2-all. Ikeda calls for it, makes the catch. Outside placement, caught by Iturbide. Iturbide will pass. Chick-chack scores. 5 points for Iturbide and Robin of the Chargers. This is possible set, possible match point.
Well, Iturbide's either watched the Ikeda tape or he's played against him before, because you got to recognize he's going to throw an outside placement or two. Most of the shots come from the right side, and he was right on this one. The offense has been there, but he's also read a couple of 2-walls perfectly, given the fireballs no hope.
Powerful backhand by Ikeda. Robote coming out. Forehand Robote by Iturbide. That takes off.
Tough bounce.
Robote, to the outside,
where
that will score for the win. Point set and match in straight sets for Iturbide and Robin. Winning at 6-4, 6-1.
Fireballs won 4 of the first 5 points, and then 12 of the next 13 going the Chargers' way to take match number 1. A great start again for Iturbide and Robin. They improved to 4-1. 3 singles matches in a row. First up next, we got Lalu and Amigarena.
As soon as that highlight ball leaves the cesta, you can't blink because every second is packed with action. Keep up with the world's fastest ball sport all game day long with bets on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. Find your favorite team or player and get in on the action with DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the World Jai-Alai League. The crown is yours.
Joined by our winners there, Iturbide and Robin. Congratulations, guys. I mean, you dropped 4 of the first 5 points, and then you just dominated the rest of the way, Robin. What do you like about the way this team started off the match?
Who is it? Me?
Robin.
Oh, yeah. We started cold, and we pick it up.
Robin, and now you guys improving to 4-1 this year. You guys have been a big spark to the Chargers. What have you liked most about playing with Iturbide?
What did I learn?
Like most.
Like most?
Yeah.
He doesn't, he killed right away. He killed the point right away. So we don't have to keep exchanges catching.
Not too many volleys. He kills it. Perfect.
Makes life easy for you
Yes.
guys. Great
For all
win.
of us.
Congratulations, Chargers leading 1-0.
Thank you.
Robin, always a fun interview.
Up next, going over to singles, Division III, Lalu and Migarena. There you see the two players. Lalu this season played his first singles match a little earlier in the week. He lost to Hyro. Tough match for him. And then Migarena got his first singles win at Jam Arena. That was against Ubia. That was a wonky match as well. When Ubia went out, then Arta came in, came down to the final point of a third set. So that was a very tough win, an impressive one for Migarena.
Yeah, Ubia going out with a hamstring injury. He reached for the hamstring. Apparently it's a hamstring.
Yeah. We'll hope to have him back soon, but Migarena looking to get his second win in a row. Lalu still searching for win number 1 out here.
That was the match where there was a lot of contact between the two of them, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
That was the one still.
Yeah.
That was an eventful singles.
It was. There's a lot of traffic in Miami, and some of it happens on this court.
Stu, ready to begin match 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our next match. It is a singles match. Lalu serves for the Fireballs. Lalu serves, we begin. Powerful serve is scoring as an ace to start things off. First point for Lalu and the Fireballs. Lalu serves. Wow, that happened quick, huh?
Oh, what a bullet coming in, trapped to Migarena deep in the backcourt, and that left side has been as sure-handed as they come this year.
Another powerful serve. This one stopped by Migarena. He passes. Robote coming out. Got assessed on it, not able to make the play. 1-1. Tied up. Migarena serves for the Chargers.
Yeah, just a bad read. Lalu committed to the backcourt on that one. Realized he couldn't take it in the air, and by that time couldn't save the Robote either. Experience definitely helps these guys in singles. And look, for Lalu, his first match, second match, Migarena his third. That one extra match is going to be, showing early on.
Lalu stops that before it hits the side wall. A bullet up the wall. Low Robote saved beautifully by Migarena. Here's Lalu from the forehand. High and hard to the corner. Coming out. Oh, what a save by Migarena. Lalu now from the 6th line. Powerfully to the corner. Shooting way out. Migarena with the save. This one scores. 2 points for Lalu. Of the Fireballs, he serves. So you got a choice. Kill it with the 2-wall, kill it with the drop shot, or try to get it back to the chick-chack. Lalu is going for the chick-chack.
These forehands aren't going to hurt him either because Migarena wasn't catching him in the air, so they were just defensive Robote after defensive Robote, and then finally moves him up a little bit and passes. Gets one to die. Hard serve. Oh,
that's an
boy.
ace from the forehand of Lalu, fired to the corner and scoring a 3rd point. Lalu serves. I mean, we saw this when he first joined us, and it was sneaky power, I think we referred to it as, and just didn't see it in the practices. Then it just started firing bullets.
Not too sneaky anymore. A couple of serves just fired in there, and another one, but a good catch.
Migarena with a beautiful catch. Robote coming out. Robote saved by Lalu. Here's Migarena. Takes it on the bounce. Looks to pass. Lalu floating to the backcourt. Makes the catch on the forehand. Big right side. Oh, this one's caught by Migarena. Low bullet. Lalu with the catch at the 10 line. Wall to wall from the left side. Robote forehand by Migarena. He passes. Robote forehand. What a catch by Migarena. Fine reach. Lalu's there. Midcourt. Again, looking for that corner. Amigarena cuts it off in the air at the 9 line. Rebote 2-all. Amigarena stops it.
On it.
That will cross the wall and score. 2 points for Amigarena, the Chargers. He serves.
Oh, long rally going Amigarena's way. I mean, tracking the ball down on the outside. He's reading this ball beautifully to start things off. He's had a great start to his career at Jam Arena, and he's improved his singles game tremendously from when he began his battle court career in season 4 or 5 that wasn't much of a threat, but now, especially with this back, the backcourt being a way to score, he's going to have some more success out here.
Amigarena commits to the back wall, makes the catch, powerful backhand, does not pass. Here's Lalu. Lalu with a drop shot, a bold drop shot all the way from the 9 line. That scores. 4 points for Lalu. The Fireballs, he serves. Rather long walk for Amigarena.
Yeah,
this is a walk that one time was dreaded in the historic Miami Jai-Alai.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, he knows he's just so deep back at the 10 line. Look, you're probably not expecting a drop shot to come, but he took off, and there was no chance he could get there.
A drop shot from the 9 line?
Yeah, no.
No. I think I asked O'Sherry about that. He said including
You
today?
asked him, and he said that was it.
Including today? 2. We don't see it off. Look, it's a high-risk shot. I mean, especially if you try to take some off of it, that ball will float into the pad. And the crowd frequently lets you know whether or not they're happy with it or not. They're typically
that's not their favorite.
Yeah, it's not their thing. Bullet serve coming in, stopped by Amigarena. Powerful backhand, caught in the air by Lalu. Lalu from the right side.
Oof.
What a good effort by Amigarena. That passes and scores. Lalu has a 5th point and a possible set point. It is so dangerous back there. When you commit to the backcourt, I mean, you have nowhere to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying. Trying to keep the ball in front of him. Amigarena, when he can, doesn't want to keep saving these rebotes because you know what happens that way, too. But Lalu's power is taken over. He's looking at a possible set point.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Lalu's not deviating from that serve.
No, he's going for it. And it's singles here. You don't have anybody in the service box. Doesn't take as much off of the second serve sometimes. It goes for more of a bounce.
Amigarena from the 10 line, powerfully from the left side. Lalu is there. Lalu, high and hard, looking to pass. What a catch by Amigarena. Lalu now from the 9 line, long carom. My goodness, what a shot that scores. Beautifully executed. Kill shot by Lalu. He wins the first set 6-2. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out, play our next set. My goodness.
I was just going to say, Stu, wow.
I mean, I don't have any problem admitting that my favorite shot in Jai-Alai is a long carom in singles. Now, this is perfect. I don't want to be like, I can't be critical of anything associated with that. I like a high, but like a higher one.
The high bounce,
I
sure.
like the high bounce one, but that's a little dangerous on the shorter court. So that is just perfectly executed by Lalu.
Well, who's been a threat in singles every year he's been in Division III, put together an 8-2 record the last 3 years combined. Amigarena just 3-8 over that same time period. Head-to-head, Lalu's had an advantage in the series. He's won both of the matchups in the previous 2 seasons. First one was a straight set win, as was the other one. So, again, this has kind of been a common result between these two in singles. Obviously, front quarter's a little bit more experience with the shots, more experience with the rebote, and certainly helps to have that in singles play. But Amigarena, again, fighter, great catcher. We'll see what he's got coming out here to begin set 2. He's been throwing a few more shots as well. I mean, we didn't really see many opportunities because Lalu's power just kept him so deep in the court.
Kept him buried in the corner,
I mean, he was just playing defense and trying to survive. Just about ready to begin our second set here.
Close up on Amigarena. They're ready to begin before the clock ticks down. We got 7 seconds left. Judges also have one of these newfangled clocks, so they know when to come out.
I saw something there.
Yeah,
it's new look.
My eyesight's been going for a while now, so you know.
Yeah, we need the mega font. Yeah.
Amigarena serves. Our second set has begun.
Oh, what a
With
serve.
an ace by Amigarena, crossing the wall and scoring. First up on the board here in the second set, he serves.
Well, the serve's just been a weapon unlike we've seen before in singles. This high bouncing serve getting deep into the corner. There is really no play to stop it.
Lalu, powerful backhand to the outside, caught in the air by Amigarena. Amigarena high to pass. Rebote left side, that clears. Amigarena, perfect read, placement inside, scores on the second bounce. That's 2 points for Amigarena of the Chargers. He serves.
Well, when a guy who doesn't normally throw a lot of costados winds one up, you're expecting a shot to come. Lalu takes off to the outside, and he keeps it along the side wall.
Beautifully done by Amigarena.
Yeah, it's really well thrown.
Lalu reaches out, powerful, powerful forehand. Stopped in the air by Amigarena. Wall to wall. From the left side, Lalu looking for the rebote. Forehand, that kicks up and out to the outside. Oh my, lands in perfect to score. What a shot. That's a point for Lalu. With the fireballs, he serves. So that forehand that kicks back, again, this is something we've seen. The players are beginning to pick up on it. These are some of the nuances of the new court with the new ball. A powerfully thrown forehand that goes back, hits the back wall, goes to the outside.
It's going to open up.
It's a powerful serve by Lalu. Here's the backhand by Amigarena.
Oh, he's not going to get me.
Wow.
Goodness. Oh,
that's a third point for Amigarena. He serves. Well, we do know the back wall is both ball-proof and Lalu-proof.
Yeah.
Because Lalu just came flying into the wall.
Well, I mean, that was right here still. Heard the crack.
I saw you jump. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I hope the Lalu's okay. Glad that he just got right back up and didn't even seem to.
He was just angling his back like, oh my, that's metal in hard glass, which
not
it
going to
is.
do that again.
Rebote forehand by Amigarena. It passes. Rebote left side, high to the front wall. Amigarena takes it in the air, winds up, dropped it.
Goodness.
On the backswing. 2 points for Lalu. He serves.
Well, Amigarena's positioning in this set so much better than it was in set number one. I mean, he's moving up on the ball, giving himself these opportunities, setting it up too with prior throws. Again, that time just got to convert. You got it on the costado, you got it up in the service box. Make something happen. And he knew it. Frustrated when that ball came out.
Powerful, powerful serve by Lalu is caught beautifully by Amigarena. The backhand to the inside. Lalu's there. He passes. Rebote left side to the inside. Lalu back at the 9 line to make the play. Amigarena up high. Backhand from the 9. Rebote forehand. That kicks.
Watch it.
To the outside. Once again, it will score. 3-3. All tied up in the second set. Lalu has the serve for the Fireballs.
Well, again, within the first week, we didn't really know what was going to happen with some of these rebotes, but now we do know. I mean,
the memo's been circulated.
Yeah, I mean, forehand rebote, it escapes a little bit. It's going to go to the outside. Earlier in the set, the rebote is going to come out a little bit more than it will probably later in some of these points.
I did see it. It was from the ball to the players. CC us. Did you get your copy? Over serve. Second serve must be good.
Would be embarrassing if it went to my junk, huh?
Take a look in your junk file.
Yeah, I might have to.
Amigarena down low, makes the catch. A powerful backhand follows. Lalu takes it in the air. Big backhand, wall to wall. Rebote forehand. To the 8 line, Lalu is there. Lalu powerfully from the right side. Rebote to the inside. 2-all.
Oh,
lands
close.
out. A 4th point for Lalu of the Fireballs. He serves.
Goes for a shot off the rebote. I mean, that's what you got to do. Turn a defensive shot into an offensive one. Had Lalu beat, but touched the wood first. Makes it pretty easy for the officials.
Migrena on the backhand. Wall to wall from the left side. Rebote right up the middle. Lalu is there.
Oh, what a rebote.
Lalu crossing the wall
Yeah.
and scoring off the frame of Migrena Cesta. That is 5 points for Lalu here in the second set. Possible set, possible match point.
Yeah, Lalu had great, power on that rebote. I mean, full force, fired it low and hard, crossing the side wall, and that was dropping as Migrena tried to pull it off the floor.
Migrena on the backhand, wall to wall from the left side. Rebote coming out. Rebote forehand. Migrena had a tip ball going backwards. That is point and a straight set victory for Lalu, winning at 6-2, 6-3.
Lalu comes out and ties up the game day 1-1 with a straight set win over Migrena. We'll go to Division I singles next. Nicholas takes on Zuleika. Take a look at some replays here. Forehand a pass to the inside. You see Migrena, he tries to catch it in the air when he can. But that one crossing the wall. Powerful serve. Yeah, if you're letting that ball cross and hoping it crosses into your forehand, good luck.
So difficult. That ball's right there.
And then
A
he
long
puts his
drop
head down
shot.
and he says, oh
Drop shot.
boy, I don't know if I'm going to get to this one. And 2 bounces and a perfect drop
If you happen
shot
to be
there.
coaching one of these guys, you basically say, hey, great shot, don't do it again.
Karam there. Look at that shot from Lalu.
Beautifully executed.
Boom.
Oh, man.
That's the
he
one.
really hit-
Look at
Yeah.
you.
If you're going to do that interview, ask him about his back. I mean, wow. I mean,
Yeah,
sure, you
that could
don't
be the
have
first
to,
thing they
but
ask
it's
him.
like, wow. I mean,
How are you doing after crashing? And there you see that jam ball opening up to the outside a bit. It's becoming a little more predictable, Stu, and that's, these guys
the
can
ball?
adjust. Oh, yeah, totally.
again, look in your junk mail. I mean, the ball sent out a very clear memo on what it intends to do.
1-1 game day score, Fireballs and Chargers all tied up. Again, we will hear from Lalu in just a few moments. Some practice ongoing for that Division I singles match featuring Zuleika and Nicholas. Nicholas this season winless in singles, 0-3. That's what we said. Not a lot of wins for the Fireballs in some of these early matches. But Lalu adding his first and tying things up, going to go a long way, giving the Fireballs a chance to take some points. Lalu, over in the cage. Let's hear from him after that win. Lalu, congratulations. First and foremost, how are you feeling after crashing hard into the back wall? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I need to win because my last game I lose against Jairo, and I need to win today. And I play smart. Because Migrena is a good player, and no, I'm so happy to win today.
Awesome, Lalu. Well, great start. You tied up the game day. Good luck in your next match. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
On this Friday night, the World Jai-Alai League is proud to partner with South Florida organizations to raise awareness for their important missions throughout the battle court season. The Chargers are playing on behalf of the Baila con Micho Dance School, dedicated to inspiring and uniting communities through dance. They are committed to preserving and promoting Latin culture while creating a positive, inclusive, and professional environment where dancers of all ages can grow in confidence, discipline, and joy. The Fireballs are playing on behalf of the Villagers. Founded in 1966, the Villagers is the oldest all-volunteer historic preservation organization in Miami-Dade County. They are dedicated to saving and restoring local architectural and cultural heritage. Let's give a warm shout out to these two local organizations that are with us tonight. Playing on behalf of the Chargers and Biological Nicho Dance School, we have Zuleika. And playing on behalf of the Fireballs and the Villagers, number 64, Nicholas. And there you see the two players up there, Nicholas and Zuleika, and their first of two matchups this year in singles.
There's a serve by Nicholas. We begin. We start with an over serve. First fault, second serve must be good. Here's the backhand by Nicholas to the inside. Rebote coming out. Powerful rebote thrown on the forehand of Nicholas. What a catch by. What a catch attempt by Zuleika, reaching behind him. Not able to settle it in the cesta. First point goes to Nicholas. That's a near impossible catch.
It really is. Reaching that far over your head, it's very difficult to control, and you can see what happened at the last instant. That ball fell out.
Zuleika on the backhand. Little clip off the side wall. Rebote coming right up the middle. Powerful forehand, a rebote. Zuleika makes a save. High bounce. Nicholas will take it on the forehand. Looking for that corner. This will score. 2 points for Nicholas. Of the Fireballs, he serves.
Well, Zuleika's owned the head-to-head throughout their careers. He's won 3 of the last 4. And including 3 in a row. With the ability to kill the point here in the back now, that's going to give Nicholas a lot more options and should give him just a couple more ways to convert. Already 2 points on the board, but Zuleika, once he gets that costado going, it's hard to slow him down.
That's a powerful backhand by Zuleika. Rebote forehand. Zuleika again, this time from the 8 line. Backhand. Rebote's at the side wall. Nicholas makes a beautiful save. He passes. Zuleika makes a save, keeps it inside. That kicks up. Nicholas on the run will not get there. Zuleika's on the board with a point for the Chargers.
Yes. And Nicholas just wanted to take that ball in the air. You knew it. But again, he's moving up on a ball that kicks up off the front wall. And that's the difference between passing and not. Gets it over his head, and you almost have no chance to save that rebote. You don't know where it's bouncing really off the floor. And it kind of died off the back wall.
It's a powerful serve by Zuleika. Here's the backhand. Rebote forehand by Zuleika. Kicks to the outside and out of play. 3rd point for Nicholas. He serves.
Balls have just kept going as they sail to the outside. Especially that right side rebote. Kicks up and to the outside of the court.
See Nicholas getting ready to serve here. Zuleika on the catch. Here's the backhand from the 9 line. Powerfully thrown. Nicholas is there. Rebote forehand. Fired up the middle. That ball goes to the outside where it scores. 2nd point for Zuleika of the Chargers.
Now opening up away from Nicholas to the outside that time and couldn't get in position to save the rebote. Now let's see what Zuleika can do with the serve. He's really benefited the most from this new court with that right side. He's been bouncing it over the guys' head consistently.
Beautiful serve by Zuleika. Here's the forehand, 2 pass. Zuleika cuts it off at the 8 line. Big right side. Caught by Nicholas deep in the backcourt. Zuleika now from the 8 line. He goes wall to wall. Rebote coming out. That ball kicks up and into the overhead screen. That's out of play. All tied up, 3-3. Zulaika has the serve.
You just can't have such a wild swing on the rebotes now. Like that time, Nicholas reaching so far back, send it up high with really no regard. It's just going to kick up and out of play most times. Again, they'll start to adjust and throw those rebotes lower. You don't want to feed Zulaika, I get it, but you don't want to give the point away.
That's a beautiful serve by Zulaika. Powerful, powerful backhand by Nicholas. Rebote forehand fired to the outside. Nicholas on the run, overran it, could not get back to the ball. That's a fourth point for Zulaika and the Chargers. He serves.
He's just launching rebotes now, and another one that
great
opened
effort
out.
and a pretty good read. Just ball falling short.
Yeah, and it works, like the shots work away from the players as they hit the front wall. This ball, as it hits the back wall, works away from the players towards the net too. So comes from shots, comes off the back wall. It does not help him at all.
It's a powerful serve by Zulaika. Nicholas lets this one fly from the forehand. Rebote to the inside. Zulaika's there. Nicholas, backhand. Hard throw, wall to wall from the left side, out to the rebote. Rebote fire to the inside, over the top. That Chick-Jack will score in the corner. A fifth point for Zulaika of the Chargers. He serves.
Well, throughout his career in Division I singles, Nicholas is just getting really outpaced on the winners. I mean, he's thrown 63 and he's lost to 128. That's more than double. Zulaika is one of the most aggressive shot makers. Nicholas just has to find a way to convert. He's going to have to start throwing it a little earlier.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good.
And you don't want to play this rally game with Zulaika either, because even if you pass him, he's got one of the best rebotes. He'll punish you.
Fine catch by Nicholas. Here's the backhand. Rebote. Barely coming out. Zulaika makes a save. Here's Nicholas from the 7 line. Rebote forehand save to the inside. Nicholas is there.
Yeah.
Costado up the wall will score. 4 points for Nicholas. For the Fireballs, he serves.
Yeah, that one was heading right towards the corner of the front wall and stayed inside. Zulaika is on the 2-wall line. And look at that one. Cuts back inside as it's making its way into the backcourt. And 4 points for Nicholas, extending the set.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Nicholas going with a sidearm serve, not so much a quartet. It was right up the middle. I mean, if Zulaika gets that on his forehand, that's trouble.
Oh,
Zulaika on the backhand. Wall to wall from the left side. Rebote coming out.
on the wall.
Rebote forehand. Floating. Chick-Jack. Zulaika digs it out, makes a 2-wall. Nicholas gets there. Nicholas powerfully to the inside. Zulaika, perfect positioning to try to make that scoop. Excellent effort. It is 5-5 in the first set. Set point.
Well, Nicholas is going to hang around here and gets himself to a set point opportunity.
Zulaika's read on that ball was just spectacular.
Well, Rebote is close to the wall, but you see it kicks up and then forcing a difficult Rebote for Zulaika. Tries to turn it into a 2-wall. But Nicholas picks it off the net, sends it inside. Doesn't cross the side wall. You like to see that on those throws, but again, so difficult to handle on the short hop.
Zulaika on the backhand. Powerfully thrown. Rebote coming out. Rebote forehand. That kicks up and out to the Rebote. Floating. Zulaika gets there, makes the diving save. Here's Nicholas. Nicholas to pass. Rebote left side, played high. Nicholas advances, catches it overhead. Drop shot. Caught before the second bounce by Zulaika. This one comes to the inside of where it scores. Point and set 2. And Nicholas, second set coming up.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, Zulaika asking for a juggle on that catch attempt by Nicholas up there in the front court. We can't see it, and that's about 100 feet away from us. We don't get paid to do that either. 6-5, Nicholas comes back and takes that opening set. Really well done, fighting there.
So that is a really tough call, and I'll tell you why. Because it's not clear if it loses contact with the cesta.
And I missed it.
It definitely rolled in the cesta.
Yeah.
But it looks like it rolled up onto the frame and didn't bounce off. Very hard to see. I mean, even on the slow-mo, it's hard to see.
We saw one of those actually earlier with Ikeda where it rolled up to the hand, but he didn't really stop his motion, so it wasn't a hold, and the ball never lost contact with the basket, so it's not technically a juggle either.
It's just a question of if it loses contact. The ball can roll with that. Here we see it up high. Does it ever... It's still in the cesta. That's still on the frame as far as I can see. That ball doesn't come out.
You know what? I mean...
And Zulaika's looking from behind.
Right, and you see the ball on the tip, and you're just like, how did that ball not come out?
At worst, a non-call is appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, not as clear in that replay for sure, but just got to play through it also, and that was the thing, you know, Zulaika was hands out, was asking for a call, and still got up to save it before the second bounce. So again, if he just played through, in that case, you just play through, he probably gets up to it and ends the point. Instead, lingering in the back. Yeah, I get the frustration for sure, but you know, nothing you can do if they don't make the call. You can't review that for sure. So we'll see. Zulaika's handled the series pretty well, but Nicholas has got the first set, 6-5. Set 2, just about ready to begin.
We're ready to begin our second set. Zulaika will have the serve for the Chargers.
And it's very rare, we should note, to see Zulaika lose his composure or even make anything towards the judge. So again, he's frustrated, but being the professional and the veteran that he is, expect him to lock in and come back out ready to go here in set 2.
Consummate professional get frustrated. I mean,
oh, of course.
Jai-Alai is a frustrating game.
The big spot too, you know, personally with the game day, the matches, a lot at stake here. Second set, Zulaika's got the serve.
Always good to hear the Chargers crowd in the audience.
It's a nice chance going.
Zulaika serves. Our second set has begun.
Oof.
Powerful backhand. Caught in the air by Zulaika. Zulaika powerfully from the right side with great control. Rabote coming out. 2-all Rabote will score. Nicholas gets the first shot, and first up on the board in the second set, he serves.
Well, throughout his singles career, I mean, the only category where Nicholas is outpacing his opponents is just tip balls. Again, we know that he's a great catcher, but at this level, you have to throw something and keep the opponent guessing. That time, it's a 2-all off the Rabote, and it's just perfect.
Zulaika on the backhand, powerfully wall-to-wall. Rabote coming out. Rabote forehand, 2-pass. Zulaika reads it, hooks it. That's a second point for Nicholas. He serves.
Well, again, early in the set, fresh ball, that Rabote comes out high, and it's just a little bit more predictable. You know it early. See how high it comes in, and look at this. You hook it, and Nicholas, fortunately, was okay.
That's why we wear helmets. Well, we don't wear helmets. I did when I first started working.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Lalu first, and now some of these Rabotes. It's getting dangerous back here.
There's the backhand from Zulaika, powerfully thrown over Rabote. On a high bounce, saved by Nicholas. Zulaika winds up. Gustavo 2-all perfectly executed and scoring for Zulaika. Zulaika has a point for the Chargers and the serve here in the second set.
Well, just picture perfect setup on the throw prior, forcing Nicholas to save a rebote that was tight to the side wall. He can't get much power on it. He's able to move up and shoot the Costado 2-wall. That's his bread and butter. Ten kills this year in singles for Zulaika. 8 of them have come via the 2-wall. Oh, and an ace.
That is an ace for Zulaika. We're tied up 2-2.
Nicholas is committed to the right side a couple of times on these serves. Just a little bit trickier to handle with the spin. Now this one's crossing.
Beautiful catch by Nicholas off a hard serve by Zulaika. Zulaika, long carom.
Oh, there it is.
Beautifully executed and scoring. 3 points for Zulaika of the Chargers. He serves.
Well, you love the shots, too. This one's got to rank up there, too. Not as deep as Lalou threw it, but effective nonetheless.
There's no question about it. This court, throughout its history, has demanded shots. It's demanded shots for at least the last 60 years. And that continues into this generation of the Jam Arena. New name, same court.
Yeah.
With a nifty back wall. You know. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Rebote coming out. This ball goes to the outside, very much the outside where it scores. 4 points for Zulaika. He serves.
Zulaika able to open up a 2-point lead here. Can consistently, Zulaika with that right side rebote, getting it to kick up. He's controlling it well. He's not just sending it as high as he can, so it's not kicking into the screen. And those rebotes are very difficult to handle.
Beautiful serve by Zulaika. Return by Nicholas. Carries high to the forehand of Zulaika. Zulaika looking for the chick-chack, and he gets it. 5 points for Zulaika of the Chargers. Possible set point.
Well, you start passing with the right side later in the set, and that ball is just going to die into the corner. 5-2. And a chance to push this to a third and final set. Love the way that Zulaika's come out here. Just intense, fired up, and taking control of the set early.
Rebote forehand by Zulaika. Nicholas makes the catch, winds up, soft 2-all. Zulaika reads it, stops it on the forehand. 3-wall play on the return. Nicholas going for the scoop behind the 8 line. That is point and set for Zulaika. So we have a third and final set coming up, just 2 minutes.
Well, when that 2-wall doesn't work out, good luck getting back in the point. Nicholas recognizing he's got a better chance at the scoop than the rebote, and that's low percentage. Great comeback from Zulaika. 6-2. He just dominates in that second set. Got that one Costado 2-wall. Nice carom from the right side. It's mostly 2-walls, but he throws it so well that you can't stop it when he's on.
High degree of both professionalism and intensity there from Zulaika.
And there you see Eggy.
Icing his wrist?
Yeah, a little ice on the wrist. Well, he has the night off for the Chargers, though, so he's not playing tonight. So maybe just getting, got the trainer here, so getting some rehab.
He wasn't scheduled to play, but I did hear something from Mr. Eggy about a wrist.
Oh.
I did. But the way he played the other day, who could tell? I mean, he was on fire. His positioning was excellent.
Right. So playing really well to start off his young career, but not in action tonight, and won't see Stan for the Fireballs as well. Both Division 6 players not competing.
I believe when you're 18, it's a little easier to play through the pain.
Allegedly. I can't remember back that far. Yeah.
Oh, Andrew,
and I wasn't playing sports at that level either. So.
Have we aged you that much in such a short time?
Unfortunately. That's what you say. That's what it'll do to you.
I have a surprise for everyone next week. I have every one of my identification badges going back to 1991.
Oh, man.
I broke them all out last night. It's quite a collage.
That sounds fun. I'd like to see it next week.
Absolutely. Tuesday. We are ready to begin our third and final set. Nicholas will have the serve for the Fireballs.
So you just have to like Zulaika's chances getting it into a third set here. You know, first set ended a little disappointing the way he finished off, losing 3 straight points, but he's got a lot of momentum on his side. Shots are working, and again, throughout his career, he has been the better player in singles. See what happens here. First 1-6 will take it, give their team the lead.
Here's Zulaika on the catch, backhand. Thrown powerfully. Rebote coming out. Nicholas is on it. Zulaika makes the catch on the bounce. Forehand played back. Nicholas takes it in the air. Backhand from the 8 line. Rebote forehand, fire to the inside. Good catch by Nicholas. Dropped on the backswing. That point goes to Zulaika. The first point of the third and decisive set.
Seen it a couple times in that earlier match with the Big Arena, and now here with Nicholas. Players that don't throw the costado a whole lot, and a little bit more susceptible to seeing that ball pop out. And never had full control. Gives Zulaika the first point. Don't need to give him any freebies, but he'll take it.
Nicholas advances to make the catch. Here's the backhand. It passes. Rebote. A rebound off the back wall. Nicholas has it on the left side. Rebote coming in low. Zulaika makes the play. Nicholas on the catch. 2-all opening and scoring. Well thrown by Nicholas. We're tied up 1-1. Nicholas serves.
And I think that last set, he's going to switch up Nicholas's strategy here. He's not going to go down just looking at it. You know, in baseball, you say they go down swinging. Well, this is swinging. It's a 2-wall, and it opens up perfectly. Look, if it doesn't score, great. Let Zulaika pick it off on the net and throw a winner, but he's not just going to keep getting beaten to the corner on 2-wall after 2-wall.
No, you're absolutely right about that. Rebote forehand played hard and high into the chick-chack. Rebote coming out. Inside placement. Zulaika with the scoop backhand from the 6. Into the corner, dropping down before the second bounce. Nicholas makes the save. Zulaika has it all the way up front. Looking for the chick-chack. It comes out. Nicholas makes the save. Oh, that caught the overhead pad. A second point for Zulaika of the Chargers. He serves.
And Zulaika's fortunate that it did catch that pad, because if it kicks up, that's going to be over his head and land in the corner, and that point's going to go to Nicholas.
Was it Nicholas earlier? No. Who was it that found? Oh, it was Lalu that found the. One of the guys. One of the Fireballs found the outside of the court.
Yeah.
I could look.
Oh, that was Lalu, right?
I think it was Ichipita. What game am I thinking of, Andrew?
Big serve. Ooh.
Beautiful serve by Zulaika. Big backhand by Nicholas. 2-all. Opening up. Zulaika gets out there. Hand is clear. Good effort by Zulaika to try to make that play. Gets caught up in the screen. We're tied up 2-2. Nicholas serves for the Fireballs.
Well, there's another shot attempt. This one off the Rebote. It's a 2-wall. Zulaika tries to get out there, but it's just a little too close to the net. Couldn't get enough power.
I mean, there's so much that can get caught up in that screen. The taco, you know, where you tie the senton at the base of the cesta, that can get caught in the screen. Obviously, any part of the cesta, and when you're trying to throw, tendons and ligaments don't tend to like that. Yeah. Powerful backhand by Zulaika. Rebote coming way out. Nicholas, forehand rotate, 2 pass, that kicks up, drops down.
It. Yeah, he's on it. Good save.
Scoop by Nicholas. Powerful forehand. Chick-chack scores. A third point for Nicholas of the Fireballs. He serves.
And just because the Rebote has become a little bit more predictable for these guys doesn't make these saves easy. I mean, he can get in position, surely, but Zulaika just can't do a whole lot with it. And then Nicholas makes him pay with that right side, passing to the inside.
It's really just a save. It's
Yeah.
laid up. And
I mean, guys aren't giving away as many points off of Mr. Botes, but again, they may be losing it within the next throw or two.
Zulaika, powerful, powerful backhand. A rebote coming up the middle. Forehand rebote by Nicholas. Zulaika has it on the right side. Nicholas going to the back. What a scoop by
that's nice.
Nicholas. Here's the backhand. Rebote. Rebote forehand. Another beautiful scoop. There's the 2-all and a perfect 2-all to score. Beautiful catch, beautiful throw by Nicholas. He's got 4 points and the serve.
Yeah, well, he stayed true to the game plan in this third set. 2-all after 2-all. The first scoop was great, and this one is just incredible, and then a 2-all follows. No chance to stop that one.
Already established that I like the long carom and singles, but the truth of the matter is that the scoop in Costado 2-all combination is just a thing of beauty to watch. Here's the backhand by Zulaika.
Oh, no.
That touched the overhead screen, which is out of play. That has Nicholas at 5 points in the third and decisive set. Possible match point.
Well, look, regardless of how the first set ended, Nicholas has come out here and earned it in set number 3. Still not over. Zulaika capable of rattling off 4 in a row, but he's done great work to build up this 3-point lead.
Here's the catch by Zulaika. Powerful throw. Oh, my. This one kicked up and hit the overhead screen. That is point set in a hard-fought match for Nicholas at the Fireballs, winning it in the third set, 6-2.
Well, Nicholas outlasting Zulaika, gets his first win against Zulaika in over 2 years in singles play, and gives the Fireballs a 2-1 lead. Final singles match of the night, Division 5, CRB and Robin go at it.
Real money games are live in Florida.
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 Real money games powered by Pass Motor Racing are now live in Florida. Only on Hard Rock Bet. All you need is $1 to start. Win money your first 24 hours or get a games bonus back up to $100.
Game day score, 2-1. Fireballs lead it. Is that El Barba on the court? I'm sorry, Stu. I looked out there and I thought it was one of our refs, but I think this is a guy doing the whack the wall competition.
I believe he's
sporting a nice beard.
I believe he may be related to El Barba, and this may be an official tryout.
I mean, I don't know if there we go, folks. I was going to say, I don't know if we can get a look at a CRB. Buddy, not your practice. Yeah, he's ready to get out there.
CRB's like, I'm all in favor of promotion. I really am, but hey, I need to practice here.
All right, well, this is gonna be exciting, folks. But we got Nicholas over in the cage, and he's got some words too. Nicholas, congratulations on that win. It seemed like you were extremely aggressive coming out in set number 3. Was that part of the game plan?
Yeah, I'm very happy. I win my first win today.
Yeah.
Very difficult versus Zulaika because he played very great in single. Yeah. And try 2-all today. He passed perfect.
Yeah. Awesome, Nicholas. Well, it's a great performance there. You've given your team the lead. Good luck in your final match of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, team.
I'll tell you what, this might be El Barba out there doing this contest. He's gonna win some cash. I mean, he did it from every line.
He's definitely related to El Barba. You see how pumped up he is looking at the audience?
Yeah.
That's an El Barba move right there.
That's awesome. Congratulations to that fan. He just nailed that contest.
Now, if he starts slamming the cesta against the cage for some reason, then we know that they're definitely related.
That's awesome stuff. Congratulations to that fan. Folks, you can come in and potentially play that game as well, only on Friday nights, though, and that Whack the Wall, along with some other competitions and contests here in the activation area. And tonight, they're giving away free T-shirts, so there's still time.
250 T-shirts to the first 250 people through the door, and I believe that there is a $2 beer special next Friday night.
Uh-oh.
Not for you.
Ironically, that's the only Friday I will not be sitting in this chair, so if I come in with some googly eyes and a and a fake nose and I'm sitting in row 8, you'll know.
That's right.
It might not be Andrew.
You're not going to be here next Friday. Why?
What a shame. On the rowdiest crowd nights, too. I'm sorry to leave you then, but
no, it's
I'll
okay.
be back. So, CRB and Robin here getting ready for this singles match. Let's take a look at those two players.
Gotta be fun, right?
Should be fun, Stu, huh? Well, both players, though, 0-2 in singles. Robin last year substituted for Bueno for the Cyclone, so he played a bunch of singles matches. His record was 2-3. CRB didn't fare all too well, but out on this court, see if he can utilize his athleticism and speed in shot making. CRB will have the serve to begin match 4.
We are ready to begin our next match. CRB has a serve for the Fireballs. There's the serve. We begin. That ball dropped out of the cesta. First point goes to CRB of the Fireballs.
Well, we know CRB is going to move Robin around on the serve. He does that with all of his opponents, and he's going to have to be ready to defend this Cortada serve.
Robin on the catch. Here's the backhand to the inside. Wall to wall. CRB gets trapped in the back. Not going to make the save. 1-1. Robin serves.
Very safe throw by CRB. Could have played the rebote. Wasn't going to make it up. No need to put Robin in harm's way, potentially.
No, we don't like seeing
He's a good guy. We don't need,
Robin on the Pika serve. Big bounce. CRB with a drop ball at the 10 line. 2 points for Robin. And the Chargers, he serves. So what CRB has in speed and finesse, Robin has an experience and highlight IQ.
He's going for it again.
Robin again for that Pika serve into the corner. What a clutch catch by CRB.
That was a tough one.
Sidearm carom does not open up. CRB does not make the catch. 3 points for Robin. Of the Chargers, he serves.
Yeah, I like Robin changing up his strategy a little bit more. I mean, he's shooting a carom early in the point. He hasn't been all too aggressive, but he's been getting beat. So you got to, like we saw with Nicholas, right? If you're getting beat, start throwing some shots. Start mixing it up, and you never know what could happen. Built up this 3-1 lead early on and looking strong.
Backhand by CRB, powerfully thrown. Rebote. Rebote to the inside, very much to the inside. That's on the wall, so is CRB. Robin's there. Backhand. CRB, midcourt. Robin on the catch. Big backhand by Robin. Rebote coming out. CRB for the 2-all.
Oh, God.
That will score. 2 points for CRB of the Fireballs. He serves.
Well, that's what CRB can do. We talked about his kill rate in doubles. I mean, he hasn't thrown a bunch of shots in singles, but he can do it. He's got the confidence to do it. And here against Robin, I think you'll see a lot more of him.
Ball over serve. Second serve must be good.
CRB this season, I mean, he's just struggled on the catch. I mean, catching below 80%, 76.5%. He's lost 10 points just on tip balls alone.
Robin from the left side, backhand to the inside. Rebote to the outside.
Oh.
That lands in and scores.
Goodness.
We're all tied up, 3-3. CRB serves for the Fireballs.
The Philo Rebote from CRB straight to the outside. Boy, just inside the boundary. That was close, but no doubt ties it up.
Robin with a beautiful costado. What a catch by CRB. Powerful backhand. Rebote coming midcourt. Robin looking for that big bounce, and he gets it. Out of the cesta of CRB, 4 points for Robin. Of the Chargers, he serves.
Well, on this court, you do have a counter to in a very aggressive front quarter, and that is the bounce. I mean, if CRB was moving up on that ball, he tried to catch it in the air, but if he doesn't quite get to it like he did that time, he's not going to be able to stay in these points. it's either going to be a very difficult scoop or a tip ball just like that.
Robin with the big bounce serve. CRB, clutch catch. Floater to the outside. Robin's on it. Rebote, it's a 2-all. CRB makes the catch on the wood. Karam return will score. 4-4 is the score. CRB serves for the Fireballs.
Going back to the shot. This time it's a Karam forehand 2-all. That's what we're talking about with the shot making. You don't throw a good one, you leave yourself very vulnerable on the next throw. And you see Robin not even making an effort that time, knew he was dead.
Robin over the top, Picada, big bounce. Brought down in a difficult catch by CRB. Robin's got it again. Powerful backhand to the corner. CRB on the rebote. Robin midcourt. Forehand 2 pass, it does. Chick-chack scores for Robin. Possible set point for Robin of the Chargers. He serves.
And Robin get a benefit with this court in singles too. You know, doesn't have to rely on his costado, which is actually one of the better ones in this division. Like all players, with the ability to kill it in the backcourt here and in his power, you don't have to overthink it sometimes. Forehand to pass, get the chick-jack, and just play that route. Gets him into a possible set point.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Going for that high bounce Pika serve. Picada for big bounce. Ball hits the floor and you want it to go straight up and hopefully over your opponent's head. A perfect serve by Robin will finish off that set. That's an ace. Point and set to Robin of the Chargers. 2 minutes on the board. Come back out. Player next set.
Well, there's Robin winning his first set out here in Jam Arena in singles. Both of these players 0-2, but both of them haven't won a set either in those 2 matches. So there's Robin getting it done for the first time, and again, his experience, especially on a court like this, and being able to utilize all of its features, the bounce, the sidewall, and everything. Robin looked really strong right there.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, tell me.
So, can we consider Julian like the Ben of the Chargers now?
Oh, that's interesting, huh? I mean, typically.
I mean, with the Warriors.
I say he's doing quite the pampering to Robin there, giving him a
wait,
massage,
he shaved his mustache
towel.
off too. Clean shaven, attending to his teammates. This is, and dancing.
This is his song. It's a good one.
This is a different Julian.
Well, he said it. Look at, he's gotten Robin to smile. Julian, you know, nice vibe there. And we'll see Julian coming up next. Yeah, the one and only time we'll see Julian tonight. Division 3 doubles, Aruti and Ikeda will take on Zuleika and Julian CRB, hoping they get to a third set here. Again, CRB is going to be aggressive, but if he doesn't score on that first shot, Robin's got so many options with how to kill him, and he's a very smart player.
Definitely try to finish CRB off as quickly as possible and aggressively as possible.
Well, set 2 just about ready to begin here. CRB will have the serve when it does. And Fireballs leading 2-1 in tonight's game day, so Robin with a win here would tie it up 2-2. Heading into our final 2 matches, both doubles.
CRB's waiting to serve. And we still got 10 seconds on the clock. He's
still got some time.
He's like, I mean, that guy's ready.
As we said, the Energizer Bunny.
If you look closely enough, you see the steam coming out of his nose, kind of like a bowl.
After the way that first set ended, too, he's eager to get things started. There are the judges.
We are ready to begin our second set. CRB has the serve for the Fireballs. CRB serves, Cortada serve. First fault, under serve. Second serve must be good.
And again, Robin was starting a little deeper, now up with toes closer to the 9 line.
Robin on the catch. Here's the backhand from the 9 line, powerfully thrown. Wall to wall, rebote coming out. CRB makes a save. Floating and scoring on the inside. First point of the second set goes to CRB of the Fireballs.
Yep, always want to move up and catch that ball in the air whenever possible, but Robin that time overcommitted. Knew he wasn't going to get there in time, leaving himself a very difficult scoop with a high bounce, and it's a low percentage play. Just don't want to rely on that type of catch.
Robin takes that off the side wall. Difficult catch. CRB, little clip. Catch in the air by Robin. Robin plays it high to pass with a light touch. CRB, that rebotes in the pad. We're all tied up. 1-1. Robin serves for the Chargers.
Rebote's been mostly defensive for CRB throughout this match, and again, in singles, you have to cover the entire court. That's what you're going to see. Not many shot-making opportunities. And if Robin's passing, which you know he can from both sides anywhere on the court, it's just going to be trouble. You know, CRB's quick, but just getting the rebote is one thing. Doing something with it, that's a whole other story.
I mean, again, if Robin can keep him off of his game, which is kind of tough because, CRB moves around the court really well. Big bounce serve brought in by CRB. The backhand. Rebote save to the inside. Light touch. CRB's on it. Backhand from the 6. Robin for the rebote. Oh. That touched the chopper. That rail just beneath the overhead pad. It's out of play. Point for CRB.
And CRB fortunate that it did just touch that part of the front wall. Out of play, but that was a big bouncer off the floor and would have been over his head.
Here's the backhand by Robin. That clears the overhead screen on the wall. What a tough play by CRB. Robin moves in, reaches out. 2 bounces before Robin made that catch. Ball dropped and scores. 3 points for CRB. He serves.
Sometimes you get these floaters and takes the first bounce and just does not continue to move towards the back wall.
Definition of really of a floater for Robin. Robin was there.
Frustrating because, he's thinking this is a great opportunity to tie it up. I mean, gets a lot of spin on it because he just flicks it up there, but yeah, it bounced into his basket.
Costado inside, beautifully played by Robin along the wall to score. Good effort by CRB. Robin has 2 points and the serve.
And if I'm Robin, I'm just going back to that Costado, throwing it high to the inside like this. As long as CRB doesn't catch it in the air, he's going to have trouble picking that one up off the side wall.
CRB is good for a couple of those catches, but there's nothing easy about catching that ball on the side wall.
No, and he's got some room to spare too. Robin can throw it even higher and get a bigger bounce on it. Oh,
fault under serve.
That was close.
Second serve must be good.
Love the idea from Robin, though.
Robin going for a Cortada serve and just trying to get it just past the underserve line. Again, CRB's fast. Don't know you've been fast enough to get to that. Here's the backhand by CRB. Rebote 2-all. CRB stops it. Cortada scores. 4 points for CRB of the Fireballs. He serves.
And this is just low percentage for Robin. He really hasn't scored on any of these 2-all attempts, and he's just giving it to CRB out there to kill it on the return. Again, high to the inside with some bounces, giving CRB trouble. Maybe go back to that look next time around. Ooh,
Robin reaches out to make the catch. That's a drop shot. CRB takes off. Oh, it's high enough for him to get. Drop shot return scores. 5 points for CRB of the Fireballs. Possible set point. The long drop shot failed. The short drop shot, well, the drop here, the drop shots. We'll do that for Rob. Yeah, we'll definitely do that for Rob. The drop here, the drop shot worked.
CRB with a chance here to go to a third set, and that'll do it.
Cortada serve is an ace, forcing a third and final set in just 2 minutes.
Wow, well, CRB gives the Fireballs a chance to sweep the singles matches, and that would secure some points on tonight's game day, Stu, if you would be able to close this one out. Up next, Division III doubles, Ruti and Ikeda against Zuleika and Jewel, and then Lalu and Nicholas against Iturbide and Amigarena. And there you see team captain Nicholas and Arrutia talking with CRB, talking through some of the strategy. CRB, of course, always loves the veterans on his team and willing to take any advice that they will share with him. He's a bright guy, that CRB.
CRB? Oh yeah, he's like the ray of sunshine that people refer to generally in life. You know, like if there's a ray of sunshine in some organization, he's our ray of sunshine. I think I'm correct about that.
Very well said. I don't think I've ever seen him have a bad day. Same positivity, same mindset, and always going out there believing he can do it. You just love it. And he did in set two. Terrific play, and you know, once Robin went for it, didn't score that first throw, I mean, all those points were effectively over. CRB doing a great job of mixing it up, forcing Robin to move around.
He's looking a little lonely on that bench.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I think he's going to step out of here. He's like, you know what? Not a lot of Chargers here. Iturbide has the dreaded first match, last match, so he's got a little bit of a wait, but he will be playing still one more match on the game day.
CRB here getting feedback from Span. Whenever they got the hood up, it's kind of hard to...
Yeah, sporting that jacket that he got as a member of the Renegades, but it's still, it's got the French flag. Doesn't look too renegade-y. You know, it doesn't look like it's a team-branded gear, so he could sport that for the Fireballs, too.
Didn't you want one of those?
I did, and Ben asked me for my size, and next thing I know, it's, you know, March 6th, 2026, and it's a Friday night. We're calling a game.
Christmas is only how many months away? Maybe he's...
There's other holidays, Ben, you know.
Not for Ben. We are ready to begin our third and final set. Robin will have the serve for the Chargers.
And the Chargers fans rallying behind Robin, trying to get him going here to begin set three.
Here's a serve by Robin. Our third set has begun with an ace. Robin serves up an ace straight to the corner to start things off in the third and final set. First to 6 points. We'll win this match.
Yeah, got that fresh ball. You can do this big bounce on the serve. Look at CRB. I mean, former wide receiver for the University of Miami. And so he's got that vertical. You know he can get up there. Can't get to that one.
Well, we've definitely seen him go up the side wall multiple times, make some really good catches.
Robin could end it, you know, 5 good throws, and it might not even give CRB a chance.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Robin really going for that big bounce serve.
It's really hard for us to tell where exactly it hits on that line, but that one looked close.
You have to, by definition, you have to flirt. You can't put that in the middle of the box if you want it to hit the corner. You really have to flirt with the overserve line to get that in the corner.
CRB hoping to get to a second serve every time. Robin's got it. Especially early.
Cortada serve picked up in the backcourt by CRB. Backhand out to the rebote. Robin's on it, looking for the big bounce. CRB with a missed ball to score. Robin has the point and the serve.
There's nothing that Robin can do to get more power on that rebote, so the only counter that could be really effective is just throwing it higher and letting the bounce take over. Calling for that in the second set. He got a few points on it, but he goes to it here, and now he's up 2-0.
As unpredictable as the bounce is.
Yeah, not as unpredictable off the floor, but look, if CRB is going to be taking it up at the 3 line, at least make him earn it on the catch.
Here's a serve by Robin, crossing the wall, caught by CRB. Robin takes this in the air, backhand from the 9, passing to the back wall. Rebote coming out. Rebote inside. Robin's there. Costi inside, big bounce. Oh my, what a scoop.
Yeah, I think that caught
that
the
ball
pad.
touched the top of the pad on the backhand from CRB. This is a 3rd point for Robin.
Well, again,
Robin has the point in the serve. I mean, what a catch.
Tough catch, but again, never had full control. Came out low and definitely kicked up when it hit that pad on the way back down. Great call by the back judge to eye that one.
Yeah, top of the pad is pretty tricky.
And truthfully, the back judge has a better look than the front judge on that one. And he was on it. Now 3-0 for Robin.
CRB with the catch made deep, powerful backhand, beautifully played by CRB. Robin on the run, it's a 2-all, it is wide. There'll be no shutout in the 3rd set. CRB's on the board with a point and the serve.
Big left side there from CRB. I mean, Robin couldn't even get out to that rebote in time, played the 2-all above his head. Probably didn't want to play the 2-all either, that's all he could do with it. Oh, and an ace.
That's an ace for CRB. He has 2 points for the fireballs and the serve.
But lower level of doubles and singles, you tend to see some bigger runs. I mean, Robin 3-point run to start off, but now CRB looking to match it and potentially take a lead.
That was right off the, I mean, literally almost off the tip of Robin Sesta. Robin moves up to make this catch, comes over the top. CRB backs up, makes the catch on the backhand. Rebote forehand to the outside. CRB with a drop ball midcourt. 4 points for Robin of the Chargers. He has the serve.
It's just got to be caught, you know. It's on the outside, coming right to CRB. He'd be able to tie up the match, and instead gives Robin a 2-point lead. But if he makes that catch, 90% likely to score. I mean, Robin hasn't done much damage defending the 2-all tonight, so I can imagine that he was thinking about tying it up. Instead, 2-point lead.
Cortada serve with a lighter touch, crossing the sidewall perfectly. CRB makes a great catch. Here's Robin. Excellent catch. The 2-all caught the pad. 3 points for CRB of the fireballs. He serves.
Felt forced, felt rushed, and truthfully hasn't scored on that shot yet in the match. So, you know, up 2 to put all that risk in, I don't know if I agree with it.
Excellent catch by Robin. Here's the backhand. Powerfully thrown. Rebote forehand. Scoop attempt missed mid-court. 4-4 is the score. CRB serves.
Yep. Such a premium on catching the ball in the air, and again, Robin is just a quarter step too late to get to it. 4-4, CRB tied it up.
Fault, under serve. Second serve must be good. Here's Robin on the catch, backhand from the 9 line to the corner. Difficult one, will fall short. Robin, the first to 5 in the third and decisive set. This is possible. Match point.
Robin's probably thinking one good serve here and he can end the match.
And we've seen him do it before. There's a pad right there, right there in the player's cage, where if your feet get a little dusty, you can step on it and get the dust off. Seen that dust pad?
I do, yeah. I've seen it.
You want that good grip. You definitely want the good grip.
I wonder if this is a fresh ball, too. I think it might be, and that could definitely help. Oh, no, going with the Cortada serve.
Cortada serve is caught and returned by CRB. Robin at the sidewall. Difficult catch. Here's the backhand. CRB's there.
Oh, in the
Chula scores for CRB. We're at 5-5 in the third and decisive set. This is match point.
It all comes down to this. Fireballs could secure some points. Chargers could tie up the game day. Still give themselves a chance to win it. Really big point for the Fireballs here.
Robin on the catch. Here's the backhand powerfully thrown. Rebote coming out. CRB on the move.
Oh, no.
There's a catch by Robin. Robin, 2-wall, goes to the forehand of CRB. He cannot make the play. Point set in a hard-fought match for Robin of the Chargers, taking it 6-5 in the third set.
Comes down to the last point, and Robin wins it 6-5 in a third set to tie up this game day 2-2. It's doubles the rest of the way. Division III first, Urrutia Nikeda will take on Zuleika and Julian. Take a look at some replays here. Now we got the game day score first. 2-2, Stu. All even. And you see the kids there from the Baila Colmicho Dance School that the Chargers are playing on behalf of.
There's no practice 2-walls thrown here.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is Zuleika is already warm, but now we got some replays too. Let's see them from that last singles match. Robin on the serve.
Robin's many good serves.
Look at CRB was moving in and backing up. The cross is deep.
Perfect.
Rebote there by CRB. Yep, slapped it up, dropped it in the pad. Couldn't get enough on it.
Up the side wall, he'll often make those. That ace was just... And looking right back to the screen, looking to see maybe if it was over, it wasn't. This one just caught the top of the pad.
And then the two, oh man, with the match on the line, it's coming right to CRB outside. And frankly, there were two catches there that CRB missed in the third set that he would just love to have back. Well, in the end, knots up the game day 2-2, and then we got some doubles to decide it. Urrutia and Ikeda with some final throws in for the Fireballs here. They'll take on Zuleika and Julian. But first, we're going to hear from Robin.
So, 2-2 all tied up, and we're going to move on to the next match.
Yeah, Division III doubles, so we'll get right into it with Urrutia and Ikeda against Zuleika and Julian. There they are, Urrutia and Ikeda, 2-2. Zuleika and Julian, 0-2 so far to begin this season. Ikeda's really stepped up with his catching in the backcourt, allowing Urrutia to really play his game in the front. Urrutia's had as strong of a start to his Jam Arena career as any player. Looking for the same from Julian. Struggled a little bit early on, and particularly in the doubles in the backcourt with Zuleika. I mean, when this team got paired up, I was expecting them to be one of the top teams in Division III. Again, it's still early on, so we'll see how they finish off. But this is a spot that kind of feels like a must-win to get them back on track. Arrutia and Ikeda will have the serve. That's match 5, ready to begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our next match. Arrutia has the serve.
Yeah, just going to wait up here. You hate to see a 2-wall in anything get in the way here. So there they are, finishing up. It was a great routine, Stu. We were going to go out after the performance and match it. That's what they told us.
What? I'm not sure I understood what you just said, but I did see a serve. Excellent catch by Julian the Cortada.
Oh, boy.
Into the
scary.
pad. First point for Arrutia and Ikeda. Arrutia serves.
I said we were going to go out and do that routine next. Yeah.
Like the kids?
Were you watching? That's why they were holding the serve. I wanted to get you to watch.
Yeah,
but back to the highlight.
please.
That was a little serve took Julian to the outside. Yeah, he had the space with the Cortada, but never had full control of that ball. Came out low and in the pad.
Powerful backhand by Julian straight to the back wall. Robote coming out. Ikeda at the back wall. Backhand from the 10 line. Julian moves to the outside, makes the catch. Low throw. Arrutia to the backcourt. Backhand from the 8 line. Robote, the rebound off the back wall, played by Zulaika powerfully. Ikeda makes the catch in the air. Zulaika down from the 7. Backhand straight to the back wall. Out to the Robote. Julian, difficult catch off the wall. He makes the play. Robote forehand by Arrutia. Goes to the backcourt. Julian's there. Powerful forehand. Caught by Ikeda. Ikeda plays it high. Julian from the 8. Big backhand. Ikeda at the back wall. Zulaika takes it off the sidewall at the 6 line. Powerful backhand follows. Robote coming out. Big right side, hit the choppa just up below the overhead pad. That's the second point for the Fireballs, Arrutia and Ikeda.
And 2 unforced errors from Julian to start things off, too. I mean, first one in the pad and then one catching the choppa there just below that overhead pad. Again, it all comes back to control. And with that right side just lacking a little bit in both cases, they've spotted the Fireballs 2 points.
About this dancing thing, I mean, have you met me? We've met before, right?
We have.
Okay, so do you think we'll be go dancing anytime soon?
Not the type to tear up the dance floor at a wedding.
Back to highlight. Fault, over serve. Second serve must be good.
Now, you're the guy I'd want to talk to off the dance floor, but we won't be seeing you there.
I don't sing, I don't dance, and I prefer not to be around those who do. Here's the catch by Julian forehand inside. Arrutia is there.
The anti-CRB. Oh, Julian goes down.
Zulaika gets in there, makes a save. Julian lost his footing. Arrutia with the 2-all, that scores. That's 3 points for Arrutia and Ikeda. Arrutia has the serve.
Well, the last thing you want to see when the defense is scrambling is a 2-all from Arrutia. He's been opening these up wide to start off the season, and take a look at this one. To the outside, Julian just trips himself up a bit, goes down, and look at where Arrutia gets it. Middle of the box, set up inside, goes for the 2-all. Third in total kills, 29
Zulaika
all
picks
season.
this serve and throws a perfect 2-all to score. Zulaika and Julian on the board with a point for the Chargers. Zulaika serves. Zulaika coming back to talk to Julian.
Yeah, and that's how you pick up your backcourt. I mean, step in front of the serve, pick one, put a point up on the board, and then come back and have a very positive, engaging conversation and get him back into this match.
We did see Douglas do that for the Warriors, just stepping on, just standing on that underserve line.
And Zulaika right behind Arrutia in terms of kills. He's 4th with 19 this year, and most of them 2-alls.
Ikeda on the catch. Here's the backhand. Julian from the 9 line. Backhand, powerfully thrown. To the back wall, out to the Robote. Arrutia is there. Does not pass Zulaika. Ball is tipped. A 4th point for Urrutia and Ikeda. Urrutia serves.
Again, play with the side wall. You will see a couple more missed catches, but yeah, for Zulaika, he expects to bring that one in every time. Across the board this season, Stu, I was talking to Ethan from Robote Analytics, catch rate just down as a whole. Played more competitive matches, 3-set matches that are up, but yeah, total catching just slightly down.
Interesting. Here's the backhand by Julin.
Oh, juggled it though.
A 5th point for Urrutia and Ikeda off a mishandled ball. Possible set point for the Fireballs.
And on this, on this court in the back, you really have to play left side more, and that's not really Julian's game. He tends to play a lot of right side. He does some damage in those lower divisions, but look, he's very capable, a great player, a good catcher. He's just got to lock back into this one.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Julin makes a fine catch. Here's the backhand. Ikeda sets up. Backhand from the 9 line. Played deep. Julin with the forehand. Ikeda, tough catch off the wall. Julin reaches out. Backhand to the inside. Headed to the corner. Ikeda stops it at the 9 line. Big right side by Julin. Caught by Ikeda. It's like a hard to the inside. Ikeda pulls it off the wall. Here's the backhand. Urrutia comes to the backcourt to make the catch. Low runner to the inside. Zulaika at the side wall. Tremendous play. Robote coming out. Not. Ikeda stopped it.
Yeah, stepped in front.
What a catch. Ikeda again in the corner. Phenomenal catch on the left side. Placement inside. Ikeda read it. Made one in the back. Now in the front. Here's Julin. Carom by Julin. Beautifully played to score. 2 points for Zulaika and Julin. Zulaika serves.
Well, and that's what Julin. Oh, man. Well, first of all, the catching from Ikeda, gorgeous. But this is what Julin can provide from the backcourt that most others don't. He's got a great right side, so the carom is such a weapon for him.
Perfectly timed.
Perfectly, yeah. Got both fireballs going the wrong way. Throw the 2 wall, lands it in, gets one back.
Ikeda to the outside, cannot handle that ball coming out of the service box. A 3rd point for Zulaika and Julin. Still possible set point for Urrutia and Ikeda. This is where the front quarter gets a little antsy and maybe looking for the serve if Zulaika doesn't serve perfectly. Conveniently, Zulaika has consistently one of the best serves. Ikeda on the backhand to the inside. Julin on the backhand from the 9 line. Urrutia calls for it. 2-all. Perfectly executed to score. Point and set to the Fireballs. Urrutia and Ikeda. Second set coming up. 2 minutes.
Oh, there you see Urrutia. Man, it's just a great start to his season. First in catch rate. Right there in kills as well, top 2. And look at this. I mean, a 2-wall off the Robote. It's just perfect.
It's a bold throw because, I mean, it's against Zulaika, and Zulaika's got that right side. And again, we're talking about this now since the beginning of the season. You know, players are sometimes de-incentivized from throwing that 2-wall when there's a guy out there who can do real damage if they stop it. Urrutia, supremely confident there.
Oh, Urrutia's just been firing all season. You know, he's second to Alex in attempts. He's got 65 shot attempts, and I mean, you got Alex, Iturbide, and Urrutia up there, and you think about those 3. I mean, it's just as aggressive as they come. Urrutia's kill rate not great. I mean, only 44%, but he just puts so much pressure on the opponent. He's relentless.
You absolutely have to respect the 2-all and be looking for it every time he's out there. And it's the same thing with Alex. When Alex was back, how far back he started playing the other day, it was just when he takes over, both of these guys they get focused.
And the one you love Urrutia, and you love the way that he plays the same way from the first point to the last. I mean, he doesn't get tired really at all. But even though he doesn't get tired, I mean, he's just got that energy of him, kind of like CRB, and then he's just got so many just devastating skills with the athleticism. I mean, just the total package, and it's fun to see. When he was brought into Battle Court a couple seasons ago, there was just so much potential, and you're starting to see him live up to it and compete in this one division in doubles, and now Division 3 right here with Ikeda. They've been one of the strongest teams to start. It's just good to see a young player come into his own.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin our second set. Zulaika has a serve for the Chargers.
And a lot of misses in tip balls for the Chargers in set number 1. So again, when you see that happen, you can see some completely different results in set number 2. We'll see how they play.
Zulaika serves. Our second set begin. Beautiful catch by Ikeda. Puts it back inside. On the wall, Julian's there. Ikeda from the 10 line. This one clips. Zulaika goes to the outside, makes the catch. Hard forehand crossing. Oh, Ikeda takes it off the side wall with the forehand. Powerful backhand by Julian, goes wall to wall, out to the Robote. Robote forehand, fired straight back. What a catch by Zulaika. Ikeda, tough grab behind the 10 line. Julian's there. Robote forehand, fired inside. Julian makes the catch. Ball tipped in the backcourt. First point of the second set goes to Urrutia and Ikeda, the Fireballs.
Well, if you can get that ball to cross the side wall as it's coming to Julian's left side, that's just going to be trouble. I mean, we've seen players consistently have issues with the side wall, and a player doesn't prefer that side. Just got to adjust.
Powerful backhand by Julian. Robote coming up the middle. Robote to the inside along the wall. Julian's there. Catch by Ikeda. Forehand. Laid up. Backhand by Julian at the 9 line. Urrutia calls for the Robote. Sends it to the backcourt. Here's Julian on the forehand. Ikeda again. This time from the 9 on the right side. High and hard at the back wall, Robote coming out. Robote forehand by Urrutia, caught by Julian. Powerful backhand to the inside. Caught by Ikeda. Beautiful catch overhead by Ikeda. Brings it over the top. Zulaika's got it. Puts it inside. It's read by Ikeda. Ikeda has it on the forehand. He's looking for the chick-chack. Oh my, that's in play. Ikeda stays in the front court. Oh, the carom caught the pad, and the pad is bad. We're all tied up 1-1. Zulaika has a serve for the Chargers.
Just a little too fancy in the end. You know, he didn't need the carom from the outside. Boy, I can't imagine it would have felt good to finish it off with a 2-all, but there was so much space inside, and you know, soft cortada does the trick, or any cortada.
It's so hard to see. You know, when you're on this move, you're obviously out of position. He takes a good look behind him, just not in front of him.
Yeah. That's a huge break for the Chargers.
Ball tipped off the serve. That's an ace. 2 points for Zulaika. And Julian. Zulaika serves.
Yeah, I mean, it should be 2-0, and the Fireball is serving. And again, instead, the Chargers are now back in front. Untimely error for Ikeda, who's just been really fabulous in the back. Out of position, but he's found a new home back there here.
Ikeda all the way to the outside of the court, crossing the wall. At the 9 line, Julian's there. Rutia, powerful forehand rebote. Julian advances, takes it in the air. Ikeda on the backhand, straight back. Rebote not coming out with much and falling short. A third point for Zulaika and Julian. Zulaika serves.
And Julian definitely adjusting to that side wall. He's made now 3 catches in a row as they've crossed, keeping his team in it, allowing Zulaika to do his thing up in the front. And you see a few mistakes piling up for the Fireballs. Built the 3-1 lead.
Powerful backhand. Caught by Julian. Here's the backhand by Julian. Rebote forehand. Zulaika makes the catch. Cortada will score. Beautifully executed by Zulaika. That's 4 points for Zulaika and Julian. Zulaika serves.
Now a couple more catches, some longer rallies, and this is where Zulaika can start to make things happen with both sides. This time the right side crossing the side wall. No fear for Urrutia, but that is a very difficult catch coming in at that speed, crossing low.
Big backhand by Ikeda to the inside. Julian steps up, backhand from the 8 line. Julian advances, takes it on the right side, high and hard to the front wall. Rebote for Urrutia. Little split placement, taken on the bounce by Julian. Julian high to the corner. Oh, what a catch by Ikeda. Beautifully played. Julian on the catch. Powerful forehand again. That is a 5th point for Zulaika and Julian. Possible set point.
Yeah, Ikeda backed up into the back wall and just threw off the timing of that catch. And you want to catch it closer to the tip, but you catch it deep in the basket. That's where you see a lot of the times the ball will pop out. And in that case, makes it 5-1. The Chargers looking to take it to a 3rd set again.
Ball in and out of the cesta, point and set for Zulaika and Julian of the Chargers. We'll move on to a 3rd and decisive set in just 2 minutes.
Well, great response by the Chargers. They come out 6-1 and force a 3rd set. And just a bad stretch early on there for Julian, and struggled a little to open up his career, but that's not to say that Julian has had a bad career in the back, because it's been quite the opposite. He's been arguably the most valuable Division IV player. He's been with the Warriors every year. They froze him as many years as they could, and finally they just reached their limit. So Julian hit free agency, was picked up by the Chargers in the draft, and they were happy to have him. And you can see why. I mean, he makes catches. He's got a ton of power. He can do damage with the right side when he's catching, and who else you want to have in front of him than Zulaika, #1 front quarter and
his approach his approach just seems different to me.
Yeah.
Seems more focused.
Well, he was talking about how he was just happy to be with this Chargers team, and some of the players, and it's just different scenery can help.
Yes, you have the Real Housewives with Warriors, and then you have basically
and then the rest. Yeah,
exactly. So.
And for Ikeda really struggling at the end of that 2nd set too, but throughout their careers, I mean, it's been Julian that's consistently outpaced Ikeda in terms of catch rate. Hasn't held true through the first month out here at Jam Arena, but I mean, in that set, certainly did.
Stan's not a particularly intimidating person, but that look on his face just now,
oh yeah.
I mean, hey, he's either locked in or really pissed about something.
I can't imagine it's the latter, so he must be really locked in. Not playing today, so a different level of focus when you don't have to get out there.
All right, focus for his team. We'll take that.
Yeah, but it was something, and it was intense. Players just about ready to begin this 3rd and final set. Again, the winner of this match will secure their team half a point in the game day.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin our third and final set. First team to 6 points will win this match. Urrutia serves for the Fireballs. Powerful serve. We begin. Ikeda from the 10 line. Backhand to the inside. Little clip. Zulaika has it on the forehand. Cortada. Ikeda gets up there to make the catch. Forehand to the inside. Julin now on the backhand. Rebote forehand rifled. Caught by Julin.
Yeah, Julin's locked in. He's made 2 tough catches to begin this third set.
Julin again. Now from the 6th line, there's the carom. Stopped by Urrutia, but he does not hold on. First point of the decisive third set goes to Zulaika and Julin of the Chargers.
Well, Chargers will take it and breathe a sigh of relief. I mean, you don't want to get it to Urrutia there outside. Could have made him pay instead, a rare miss.
Zulaika brings that serve over the top. Big backhand by Ikeda. Floating into the corner, Zulaika for the rebote. Beautiful catch by Urrutia. Powerful backhand to the backcourt. Julin's there. Rebote forehand. Caught by Julin. Backhand from the 8 line. Julin goes high and hard to the front wall. Oh my, he gets a chick-chack to score. Beautifully thrown by Julin here in the third set. 2 points for Zulaika and Julin. Zulaika serves.
Well, that's a good illustration of what a couple of misses will do to a backcourter's confidence. The few game days before, Ikeda's stepping up and catching that ball in the air. Now, he's a little hesitant, going to let it come out, and it just doesn't.
Julin on the catch. Backhand from the 7 to the back wall. Out to the rebote. That rebound off the back wall played by Urrutia. Ikeda moving up. What a catch on the forehand. Great stop. Zulaika at the sidewall. Tough play. Urrutia reaches up. Backhand from the 8. High and hard to the backcourt. Julin is there. That ball's on the wall the whole way, perfectly thrown. Urrutia rifles this one, but it's going to land out of play. That's a 3rd point for Zulaika and Julin. Of the Chargers, Zulaika serves.
That's one of the only criticisms sometimes with Urrutia. The score tends to get away from him. Starts to get a little bit wild, too. That rebote didn't have a lot of control at all. Kicked out and kicked well wide.
Here's the backhand by Ikeda. Stays to the inside. Zulaika aggressively to the inside. Here's the backhand. Rebote forehand by Urrutia. Does not pass Zulaika. Backhand. Urrutia calls for it. Passes. Julin's there. Takes it in the air. Powerful forehand to the inside. Zulaika now from the 6 line. Backhand. Ikeda, another fine catch deep in the backcourt. This one clips. Zulaika has it on the forehand. Cortada, perfectly executed by Zulaika to score. 4 points for Zulaika and Julin. Zulaika serves. Yeah, there's really nothing
Beautiful
much
Cortada. I mean, you throw it to the outside here. See how long that run is for Urrutia? I mean, he's quick, but even for him, as that ball stays low, he cannot get there before it touches the floor a second time. And
Urrutia backing out of the service box.
Yeah, I don't know what the...
That's out of play.
Was. Yeah, let's see here. I mean, Urrutia stepped back and took that serve on the bounce. So Zulaika's going up to the official to figure out what exactly is going on. I think he just more wants clarification as to what happened and if that's legal.
The official rule is that you have to stand in between the underserve and overserve. You can't step behind the overserve line to take the serve. There will be a point, but there'll also be a penalty.
So next time that won't be a point. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
He's clear on it.
Yeah.
Yes. That tends to interfere with your prize money. Here's the backhand by Ikeda. But seriously, I don't think Urrutia knew.
No, he stepped back after the serve, so he tried to time it up as well as he could.
Powerful forehand. Catch by Ikeda. Here's the backhand. Zulaika from the 7 line. Backhand to the inside. What a catch by Urrutia up the wall. He comes down with the ball. Powerful backhand to the inside. Julin's there. Great catch on the forehand. Ikeda again from the right side. Zulaika on the catch. Here's the backhand. Urrutia, great catch down low. Powerful backhand follows. Ball ruled to have been tipped. That's a second point for Urrutia and Ikeda. Urrutia serves.
And you can't fault Julin that time. That was as tight to the side wall as it could be as he approached for the catch. Now the Fireballs with a little life. Back-to-back points. Cut the lead in half. Let's see what he does with this serve.
Low and hard from the forehand of Julin. Here's the backhand. Backhand by Ikeda. Zulaika back to the 8 line to make the catch. Powerful forehand follows. Over the top, the ball goes. Julin with the catch from the 9 line. Backhand to the inside. Caught by Zulaika. Zulaika winding up. Costello 2-all will score. 5 points for Zulaika and Julin. Possible set, possible match point here in the 3rd set.
Oh, he's been patient with the 2-all in this match, but goes to it late here. Urrutia started inside. He's on the move, but Zulaika commits to it. Just barely beats him to the net. And now a couple chances, 4 if they need, to close out the match. Man, what an aggressive serve.
Placement to the inside, will score. A 3rd point for Urrutia. He serves. Yeah, he was real aggressive going at the... See, as long as he's between those 2 reg lines, the underserve and overserve line, he can pick.
We don't have like an isolation play, like in basketball, a player will call their own number and just go 1-on-1 or 1-on-2 in this case. And Urrutia is just, he's demanding the ball and calling his own number.
Yeah, he really wanted that serve.
Respect it. I mean, because not many guys can make that catch, but man, it's tough off the serve though.
Powerful forehand, caught by Ikeda in the backcourt. Ikeda from the forehand. Zulaika, backhand from the 7. Cortada, caught by Urrutia. Urrutia blasts this backhand. Julin, great catch, backhand from the 7. Ikeda has it on the forehand. From the right side, high and hard to the front wall. Julin is there, another fine catch. Hard to the inside it goes. Here's Ikeda again. Julin from the 8. That ball is on the wall. Point set in a hard-fought match for Zulaika. And Julin taking it in the 3rd and decisive set, 6-3.
Chargers step out ahead, their 3rd win of the game day. They got a chance to win the full point up next with Iturbide and Omega Reina. They'll take on Lalu and Nicholas.
Bradley on the move, breaking, he got there, blast the forehand, everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit. Sherry up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an
by
amazing
Douglas.
catch.
Sherry picks it up in the front court, whips it inside. Another one.
We're joined over in the cage by our winners, Zuleika and Julian. Congratulations, guys. Julian struggles in the first set, but then sets 2 and 3. You played great in the backcourt. What have been some of the most noticeable differences for you with this court compared to what you've been playing with before?
Yes, as you said, the first set it was a little bit tough for us. We were kind of sleepy. We didn't, I don't know, we were a little bit lost. And I think it's been hard for Zuleika and I to get to know each other because we never played together before. This is the first time. And it's a new court too, so we had a lot of things to adapt.
Yeah, and guys, picking up your first win together as a pairing, what do you think some of the biggest challenges are in that matchup, Zuleika, for you going up against Arutia there in the front court?
Challenges, everything. Everything is a challenge. This is a professional league. Everybody plays a lot. Everybody runs. Everybody catches. We got to focus on our results. I think we play better today. Moving forward, looking forward, hopefully we will play better and finish strong.
Awesome, guys. Well, you got the tie at least, and see if Iturbide and Amiga Arena get the full point up next. Thank you. One match left, Stu. That's Division 2. Lalu and Nicholas will take on Iturbide and Amiga Arena. Both teams 2-1 in Division 2 doubles. And a great heavyweight battle here to close out the game day. So if the Chargers win this match, they will get their 4th win and pick up a full point, continue to move up the standings. If the Fireballs win this match, the game day will end in a 3-3 tie. Both teams will get half a point.
So this is what you're suggesting you want to see me do.
It was a suggestion, but now that I've thought about it more, I don't know if we need to see that. You know,
I think you would be better at it, actually. I do.
I'm not going to argue with you there, but I think we'll stick to the highlights, too. This is what we can do.
I'm like good at one thing, and people want to force me to do all these other things. It's like, no, I do this one thing actually pretty well.
Hey, stick to it. Both of these teams lost their opening match of the season at Jam Arena, but they have coming to this one on 2-match win streaks. We'll see what gives. Looks like the Fireballs, Lalu and Nicholas, will have the serve.
And we're just awaiting the finish of this wonderful routine here.
Well, it's a big part of the Friday nights, too. Not just the play, the charities, and the and everything that goes into it.
That showed how much was going on in the Jam Arena, and it's like, I'm shocked. You know, we're blocked in back here, fortunately. We're blocked in here, but there's so much going on. Lights everywhere, an arcade, cornhole, shirt giveaway. Next Friday night, $2 beers. Fortunately, you won't be here.
So you're telling me with 120 you could have just 10 beer, come in and you can have a night. I'll tell you, that's not the night that we'll be advertising about the free parking too for the beer night. Uber in next week, folks. These kids worked hard. We'll finish up the routines too. It's a great routine, of course, and we'll begin this final match of the day when they are done.
Nicholas gave me a wave. Nicholas is a nice guy. Love the beard and mustache. I mean, if I could pull that off without
wouldn't we all?
Without a ton of beard dye, I'd definitely do it.
Yeah, I'm with you. And we're trying to get a look there for you, folks. So you don't have to just keep. There it is. Yeah, you go in the long court view.
That's fantastic.
Still
See,
going.
That's all that activity.
I'll tell you what, this is one of the lengthier routines we've seen. All right, Stu, we're ready to begin. Final match of the game day. Chargers lead 3-2. If the Chargers win it, they'll win the day. Fireballs win. It's a tie.
Most patient highlight players I have ever seen. Here's the
Credit
serve
to
by
these guys.
Lalu. We begin. Here's the catch by Nicholas. Powerful forehand. Backhand. Right up the middle. Caught by Nicholas. Lalu looks for the rebote, plays it strongly from the forehand. Iturbide's there. Backhand from the 7. Nicholas powerfully from the backhand. Iturbide advances, takes it in the air. Powerful forehand follows, passes, and scores. Hard fought first point going to Iturbide and Amigarena of the Chargers. Iturbide serves.
Well, we said in his first match, but Iturbide, the league leader in kills, throws a lot of damage up in the front court and to the outside. So what that's going to do is consistently draw Nicholas up, leaving the backcourt pretty open. I think if you're going to see a majority of the scores in this one, they're going to force Iturbide to beat him in the back and not on the shots up there in the front court.
That's a powerful backhand played low and hard by Nicholas, handled by Iturbide. Along the wall it goes, and it's stopped deep in the backcourt. Amigarena now from the 10 line. Backhand, back to the inside. Amigarena's there again. Backhand. Nicholas advances. He takes the ball. Powerful backhand from the 8 line. Amigarena again. Backhand from the 9 to the inside.
Lalu attacks. Yeah.
That's a point for Lalu and Nicholas.
Well, it's
Lalu
a
serves.
great run by Lalu. He's tracking it the whole way. Iturbide flicks it up, just does run under it, and then straight to the outside after he makes the catch. Very simple, throwing the ball where his opponent is not. Doesn't let Iturbide get a lot of time to move outside and ties it up.
Powerful serve by Lalu. Coming in low, Amigarena just makes the backhand. Iturbide has a tip ball at the side wall. 2 points for Lalu and Nicholas. Of the Fireballs, Lalu serves.
Get a little trouble on those forehand rebotes that have been crossing the side wall. It's been all players of all levels tonight. And one of the most difficult catches to line up consistently.
Well, there's a big difference between Lalu and CRB in the front court for Iturbide.
Yeah.
Here's a backhand by Amigarena. Rebote on the wall, saved by Iturbide. Here's Lalu. Cortada by Lalu.
Oh, wow.
That scores.
Yeah,
beautifully thrown. 3 points for Lalu and Nicholas. Lalu serves. No daylight at all between the pad and that ball.
That's as good of a cortada as Lalu has ever thrown here. clears out some space. Iturbide's backing up, and when he does, I mean, that second bounce is going to come right at his feet.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. There's the backhand by Miguelina. Miguelina now from the 10 line, powerfully thrown. And Nicholas is there at the back wall. Lalu reaches out, has it on the forehand. Outside placement, scooped up by Iturbide. Nicholas on the run, makes the diving save. Will it stay in? Yes, it will, and it does. What a save. 4 points for Lalu and Nicholas.
Yeah, what a save is right, Stu. I mean,
it helps to be good, but it's good to be lucky.
Yeah, I mean, they'll take it.
And there is, look, he meant to get it in. There's no question about that, but to have it land this perfect.
What do they say? The harder you work, the luckier you get. Nicholas is a hard-working player in the backcourt, and he drops one just inside the boundary. Perfect.
Wow, that's beautiful. So beautiful. The next point started. Miguelina goes to the corner. Here's the backhand, powerfully thrown. Here's the backhand by Iturbide. Iturbide on the catch. Costado 2-all, opening wide and scoring. Beautifully executed by Iturbide. For the Chargers, they have 2 points in the serve.
Well, they've been guarding this 2-wall, but it's tough to guard it from back at the 7 line. Now look at how he gets it to open up. Look, Iturbide is just like a shooter in basketball. Look, at all times you have to know where he is on the court, and if it's suffocating near the three-point line, yeah, sometimes you got to take a few steps back and shoot one from deeper. He's got the confidence. He can score from anywhere, and he did it right there.
Nicholas winding up the Costado. Ooh, a little hard. That's out of play. 3 points for Iturbide and Miguelina. Iturbide serves.
Had the space, just kicks off the front wall a little more than he's expecting. It actually pushes it wide.
Nicholas with a fine catch made overhead. Beautiful catch by Iturbide. He pounds this backhand. Miguelina now from the 9 line. Wall to wall from the left side, high and hard to the back wall. Rebote to the inside, and Miguelina's there. Rebote forehand. Goes to the outside, way outside, and scores. 5 points for Lalu and Nicholas. Possible set point. Memo.
Forehand Rebote, that escapes. Will hit the back wall and open to the outside. It's just a lot easier to sit back here and say it than it is to react out there on the court, you know. And it's a lot more difficult for these guys to see it too. I mean, you got lights, you got them moving around. They may not be watching exactly every little movement like we are. So
music in between points. I mean,
it's a lot.
Rebote left side, little clip on the sidewall. Scoop by Iturbide, inside placement read by Nicholas. Turns on the afterburners, gets there. Iturbide reaches out, sends the Costado back. This ball's in play. Lalu makes the save. Miguelina, low runner, caught on the forehand of Lalu. Lalu powerfully to the inside, crossing the wall and scoring. Point and a hard-fought set for Lalu and Nicholas at the Fireballs. Second set coming up.
So it's Lalu and Nicholas that take the first set of our final match. And Iturbide and Miguelina, they haven't lost a set since their opening loss that took them to the final point of a third set. So great play by these two. In particular by Lalu up there in the front. You know, he was killing the point with the right side. Obviously, Nicholas providing great support in the backcourt, but Lalu doing a lot of damage going toe-to-toe with Iturbide. And what a big addition to this Fireballs team. Picking up Nicholas in the draft. And the Fireballs had a Rots last season, but the Devils did not keep Nicholas. They let him go, and I think the Fireballs are very happy to have him in this #1 spot alongside Lalu and Urrutia. And 2 doubles here with Lalu and 1 with Urrutia. He's just so steady back there. Plays the same way from the first to last point. Doesn't really make any mistakes. Doesn't throw the ball out of play. He's got as reliable of a left side as you're ever going to see, and that's what you want in the backcourt. Added a singles win too tonight, so Nicholas just providing even more value, variety of ways. Urrutia talking with Nicholas as they step out there to begin set 2. Urrutia just watching from the sideline already. Played his final match and only match of the day in a losing effort. But we'll see if Iturbide can get going here. It's been all shots. He threw 1-2 all from pretty deep in the backcourt, but again, he's just not going to go down watching. He will go down swinging and expect him to throw some more. There are the judges. Set 2 just about ready to begin here.
Ready to begin our third and final set, second set rather. Whoops, second set coming up. Here's the serve by Iturbide.
There's some concerning stuff happening outside, Stu, so I can see why you'd be a little tripped up. I don't know what's going on over there.
Big right side. That hit the overhead screen. That's out of play. First point for Lalu and Nicholas. Lalu serves.
It's just a quick lapse in focus on that rebote. You swing it high. You're not really worried about the overhead screen. Next thing you know, it kicks up and it's out of play. Your opponent's got one on the board.
Amigrain on the catch. Here's the backhand to the inside. Oh, what a catch by Nicholas in the corner. Beautiful catch by Amigrain in the corner. Nicholas comes in at the 9 line. Powerful throw. Amigrain again. High and hard to the back wall. Lalu calls for the rebote. Fires it high and hard. It's stopped by Amigrain on the left side. Nicholas powerfully. Amigrain is there. Nicholas goes to the corner. Rebote, that rebound off the back wall comes out. Played on the forehand of Iturbide. Amigrain now, backhand from the 8. That clips. Nicholas goes to the outside, catches it in the air, keeps it high and hard to the front wall. Amigrain is there. Backhand from the 9 line. Rebote forehand. That's a great catch by Lalu with control. Backhand to the inside. Rebote on the wall, saved by Iturbide. Nicholas with a mighty reach, picks it up. Here's Nicholas. Oh, could not hold on. 1-1. Iturbide serves for the Chargers.
A rare miss from Nicholas. I mean, he talked about his struggles early. I mean, in his first match, he missed like 2 or 3 balls in the first set, and he has settled into this season back up in the top 5 in terms of catch rate, and he usually stays up that high.
Powerful backhand. Rebote coming out. That ball takes off to the outside. That lands out of play. Second point for Lalu and Nicholas. With the Fireballs. Lalu serves.
And same as the first rebote, just lacking a little bit of control, opens up outside, and that's just going to keep sailing wide above the cage and out of play. Rare to see so many mistakes from Iturbide, but again, he can make up for it in a hurry too.
Big backhand by Amigrain. Rebote left side. That one kicks straight to the corner. Wonky bounce coming out. Amigrain plays it well. Cortada. Beautiful catch by Iturbide. Amigrain on the catch. Here's the backhand from the 8. Powerful, powerful forehand takes off and is out of play. 2-2, Iturbide serves.
And now it's Lalu. Same thing, right side, lacking control, and you see that one even more wild.
There's a backhand by Nicholas. Nicholas again, powerfully to the back wall, out to the rebote, and Iturbide's there. Rebote forehand by Iturbide. Powerful right side by Nicholas. Passes. Perfect read by Nicholas. He pulls it from the side wall. Backhand. Straight up to the back wall. Nicholas on the catch. Iturbide with the ball. Backhand to the inside. Nicholas back to the 9 line to make the play. Rotate forehand. Catch by Nicholas. Nicholas powerfully from the right side. Amigarena down low. Makes the play. Big backhand. Clears the overhead screen. Rebote coming way out. Iturbide's there. Big right side by Nicholas. Rebote coming out again. Forehand rebote by Iturbide. Lalu makes the catch. Powerful backhand, little clip. Caught on the forehand of Amigarena.
Such a tough catch as it crosses the wall.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Andrew. I mean, that was really well done. Powerful backhand again. Rebote coming out. Rebote forehand by Iturbide.
Another one.
Amigarena from the 10 line. Plays it high to the backcourt. Nicholas is there. Powerful forehand rebote. Oh, is not coming out. Beautifully thrown by Lalu. Lalu with 3 points. And the serve for the Fireballs.
Yeah, forehand rebote into the chick-chack dying. Iturbide talking to himself as he's walking back to the service box. I want to make a rain to stay in it. This is their point.
Here's the backhand by Amigarena. Nicholas is there. Nicholas powerfully from the left side, sends it to the rebote, and Iturbide plays it back straight to the left side of Nicholas. Amigarena at the sidewall. Rebote save. This is going to take a big bounce. Iturbide, oh my, went over Iturbide's head, dropped right in front of Amigarena. That scores. 4 points for Lalu and Nicholas here in the second set. Lalu serves.
Yeah, it just looked like he pulled up at the last second here. Look at how big of a bounce this is. Yeah, he doesn't go for it, and he doesn't realize that Amigarena's not right behind him to get there before the second bounce.
I mean, these guys are really good with their communication. That's just one example of just miscommunication of 1 point, not reflective of how they play together.
No.
Just seriously 1 point. They were off.
Just a miss, and it's magnified after, you know, dropping the first set. Now opening up a 2-point lead in set 2.
Here's the backhand by Amigarena. Nicholas, great catch at the 10 line. Powerful backhand. Amigarena with the play. In the corner, out to the rebote. Lalu makes the save. Iturbide attacks, winds up, drop shot to the inside, scores on the second bounce. Well played by Iturbide. They have 3 points.
And you can't keep him down forever. Best opportunity off the rebote. Lalu goes down to the floor. Iturbide never breaks stride. He was committing the whole way. Throws a good 2-wall. And Nicholas can't get there. And look, this is a Iturbide and a Migarena team that is 1 point away from being undefeated. And there's, again, one of the strongest teams in this division, too. So it's a really good job by Lalu and Nicholas keeping Iturbide out of it and forcing a Migarena to just make catch after catch there in the back.
Nicholas powerfully from the backhand. Migarena down low at the 8 line. Lays it high to the back wall. Out to the rebote. Rebote forehand. Light touch. Migarena with the ball at the back wall. Rebote, forehand saved by Migarena. Lalu with good focus, but cannot make the catch. 4-4 is the score. Iturbide has the serve.
And Nicholas is telling Lalu, look, if it's that close to the front wall, you don't need to pick it off the wall. Let it come back to me, and I'll handle it on the right side. Never want to give away a point up there when Lalu's probably just going to throw it back to the inside anyway.
Scoop by Nicholas. Rebote coming out. Iturbide's there. Scoop by Lalu. Carom by Lalu. Iturbide stops it. Plays it high. Oh, what a catch by Nicholas. Low and hard to the inside. Will score off the frame of Migarena Cesta. It is 5 points for Lalu and Nicholas. This is possible set, possible match point for the Fireballs. Wow.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nicholas bailed Lalu out big time right here because he makes that catch in the air. Ill-advised Carom. I mean, he shot it early and Iturbide was on it the whole way, but 2 chances for the Fireballs to end it right here.
Nicholas on the catch, backhand from the backcourt. Migarena's there, backhand from the 9 line, powerfully thrown, wall to wall, out to the rebote. Lalu, rebote, scoop by Iturbide, the 2-all. Lalu gets out there, makes the stop, rifles the court top. What a stop by Iturbide. Nicholas with a hop makes the catch. Here's the backhand.
Boy, that was a crazy catch.
Both of them. Migarena now, backhand from the 9 line to the inside. That passes. Rebote coming out. Rebote to the inside by Lalu. Rebote, high and inside. Iturbide has it. His favorite spot. Costalo 2-all.
He
flip back in time. That ball's in play. Floating. Iturbide sends it. Nicholas on the run will not get there. 5-5 in the second set. So it is possible set point for Iturbide and Migarena of the Chargers, which would force a third and final set. Possible match point for Lalu and Nicholas of the Fireballs, which would finish it.
A golden opportunity for Lalu on the forehand, rather, and then picks this one off the net. But again, hard to survive twice. Iturbide from the costado gets it past Nicholas, and it just drops to the floor. Chargers hoping to get it to a third set. Fireballs looking to end it.
Rebote comes to the forehand of Iturbide. Lalu on the catch. Powerful backhand to the inside. Migarena's there. Nicholas on the forehand from deep in the backcourt. Nicholas on the catch. Backhand from the 9. Migarena reaches up. Play to the inside. To the corner, and Nicholas makes a great catch. High and hard to the back wall. Rebote coming low to Iturbide. Lalu on the catch. Backhand to the rebote. Played by Iturbide. Lalu on the catch. Nicholas from the 10 line. Powerful, powerful backhand. High and hard to the back wall. Rebote forehand by Lalu.
Oh, not a great shot.
Lalu comes cross court, makes the catch, drops it in front of Migarena, who scoops it beautifully. Rebote coming out. Iturbide attacks, has it. Drop shot, will score. Point. And set for Iturbide and Amigarena. We will go to the third and final set of the evening in just 2 minutes.
One more set to decide tonight's game day. A heck of a comeback by the Chargers there to Iturbide, ending it in style. And always got to be careful when you don't get a lot of power on the rebote. Difficult catch, doesn't matter for Iturbide. Shoots a drop shot, and that's right between both fireballs.
Do you know what I just noticed?
No, tell me.
So there's this beautiful giant screen. We have several of them here in the Jam Arena, and one of them was talking about $2 beer night next Friday night, and it reminds me, March 13th. Does that mean anything to you, Andrew?
Well, March 14th does. That's your birthday.
Exactly. Exactly. So that means that I'm going to have to pick up the tab on these $2 beers Friday night.
Well,
I mean, that's Scott's rule.
Well, there you go, folks. So if you come down here, you won't even have to pay for your $2 beer. It'll be on Stu.
No. They'll definitely have to pay at least $2 for the beer. No, Andrew, no misinformation while you're out of Andrew's headed out of town. Stu will be paying for all alcohol in the building that night.
Just the beer?
Yeah, I don't think it's happening.
Just the beer.
I'm happy to be turning 57 the next day, but not happy enough to be buying everyone in the building alcohol.
Any plans?
For my birthday?
Yeah.
Sleep.
Good.
Sleep. Every Saturday.
Good.
Sleep. Just sleep.
Enjoy, Stu.
Sleep. Call the anesthesiologist, bring them on over. And
well, these guys will get some rest after the game day. Just one set left, Stu. They've been working hard. And you can see it in their faces. Just one more set to 6 points to decide the points in the game day. I mean, the Fireballs could come away with half of one here. And you think back to where we were. CRB had a chance to beat Robin to give the Fireballs their third win of the day. That was back in match 4, and still the Fireballs are looking for that third win. It's amazing how quickly these game days can change, and the Chargers have just taken control of this one from the midway point. A great comeback, looking to complete the full comeback and get that point.
We're very fortunate in that the professionalism throughout the World Jai-Alai League is just really impressive. But when I see Amigarena with his back, I mean, just the picture of professionalism. Yeah. I mean, he's topping out at the top of guys with just phenomenal attitude, great disposition, great team member, great on the court,
Pretty good catcher, too. I mean, 6th overall in catch rate, 96.5%. And that's 4th in backhand catch rate, 97%. So even better on that left side.
Well, and that's what you really want in the backcourt, too. I mean, the catch rate is extremely important. We're ready to begin our third and final set. Lalu has the serve. Amigarena to the outside. Here's the backhand. Oh, my, what a catch. Off the wall by Nicholas. He keeps that in play. Floater. Rebote forehand by Iturbide. Backhand. A little clip. Caught on the forehand of Amigarena. Nicholas will take this on the bounce. Forehand played hard and high to the front wall. Rebote left side. Amigarena's there. Powerful backhand to the inside. Nicholas on the catch. Rebote forehand. Nicholas is there. Play off the sidewall. Iturbide has it midcourt. Nicholas down from the 10 line. Powerfully thrown. Out to the rebote on the wall. Iturbide makes the save. Cortada stopped by Iturbide. Rebote, left side to the inside. Iturbide's there, winding up. Gustavo 2-all, stopped by Lalu on the wood. Cortada by Lalu will score. Perfectly thrown and scoring. Lalu and Nicholas first up on the board of 4. The Fireballs. Lalu serves.
I was actually talking about this with Douglas after the game day yesterday, and simply the cortada is not as effective sometimes as the carambola out on this court because you get that play with the side wall, which is so unpredictable. With the cortada, guys can set up forward on the left side and make that catch. Carambola, yeah, good luck reading that bounce and making the catch. It just complicates it a little bit more.
Oh, very true. And a lot of cortadas actually turn into carambolas.
Right, and that's what you really want to see, and those have been most effective. Weird bounce, but Chargers are on it.
Iturbide read that bounce perfectly. Powerful costado, caught in the air by Migrena. Migrena again, this time from the 8 line. Into the corner, out to the rebote. Powerful backhand, caught by Nicholas. Nicholas advances, catches that ball on the side wall, rifles one back from the left side. Lalu on the catch. Powerful backhand, caught in the air down low by Migrena. Rather glad Lalu ducked, right over his back. Migrena on the catch, here's the backhand. Lalu calls for the rebote, plays it up from the forehand, Iturbide has it. Backhand to the back wall, rebote coming out. Rebote save is up.
Oh,
it had the distance. Lalu is on it. Drop shot. Will score. 2 points for Lalu and Nicholas. Lalu serves.
Well, just a great save to even keep this rally going. Look at it. So in on a Migrena, but he flicks it up there.
Never say die.
Yeah, but Lalu doing a great job of killing it up in the front in this set. There were so many opportunities. Probably could have ended this match in straight sets, but here he is in set 3, maintaining his confidence, and it's paying off. 2-0 lead.
Migrena on the backhand, powerfully thrown. Rebote to the inside. Lalu makes the save just above the pad. Iturbide gets there, sends it back. Oh, what a catch by Nicholas. Does not have control to keep it in play. Excellent effort. Point goes to Iturbide and Migrena.
Well, he had it right, Stu. Great catch, but never had control of that ball. Bouncing around in the basket, sends it up high, and this one ends up out of play.
Look at that. It's just beautiful, but you got to get it settled.
Yeah. And if you're Iturbide, there's a risk of overthrowing that ball and having it be a pretty simple rebote. Just not expecting Nicholas to go up and make a one-handed catch like that.
There's the backhand by Nicholas. Migrena. To the corner, Nicholas is there. Migrena now from the 9 line on the outside, crosses the side wall. Good read by Nicholas. Nicholas powerfully from the forehand. Rebote forehand, caught in the air by Iturbide. Backhand to the inside. Iturbide powerfully from the backhand. Nicholas now from the 8 line. Wall to wall, high from the left side. Nicholas now from the 8 line. Rebote by Lalu, taking the big bounce. Migrena stops it. Rebote again for Lalu. Along the wall, Nicholas makes the save. Here's Migrena deep in the backcourt. Backhand. Powerfully thrown. Rebote for the big bounce inside. Migrena stops it. Big backhand follows. Rebote coming out. Rebote forehand by Lalu. Caught in the air by Iturbide. Iturbide has this ball skipping along the wall all the way to the backcourt. High rebote. Caught by Iturbide.
Iturbide's trying. He cut that one off, but just really couldn't get it to the costado. Can only play it inside.
Neither team can get it past the other, especially in the third set. Rebote coming out to the inside. Forehand rebote. This one caught by Migarena. Backhand. Nicholas is there. Costado. Midcourt. Nicholas takes it on the bounce. Keeps it high to the front wall. Crossing. And caught by Migarena. Rebote forehand. Here's Nicholas from the 9 line. High and hard to the back wall. Iturbide looks for the rebote. Perfect placement. Stopped by Nicholas. Forehand rebote by Lalu. Iturbide with the 2-all landing in and scoring. Perfectly executed. We're all tied up. 2-2 in the third and final set. Iturbide serves.
Long rally, tiring out the opponents, and then he shoots this long 2-all. Even with a little bit of a head start. Again, we said it all night. You're just not going to stop it.
You take the shot when you see it. I mean, you really have to see it and feel it. More now than we've ever seen within the World Jai-Alai League before.
Well, that's the difference between these two teams. You got one costado shot maker and one guy doesn't throw a lot of them. Iturbide can do it at any instant.
Rebote coming out. Powerful backhand. Two all stopped, but not held onto in the front court. Beautiful 2-all scoring for Iturbide. He serves for the Chargers.
Well, wasting no time, going right back to it. Tough catch off the floor. Sends it 2 walls. I mean, that hits Lalu in the middle of the basket. That's just a miss. One that he certainly could have taken advantage of if he made the catch.
Nicholas on the backhand, powerfully thrown. Migarena lets it pass. Rebote forehand by Lalu. Caught in the air by Nicholas. Ball tipped. 3-3. In the third set, Lalu serves.
And after Iturbide shoots a couple of 2-walls, well, Lalu feels that pressure. Pace is picked up, so he's got a counter with a shot. I mean, he's mostly gone to the inside. It's a cortada. Pretty catchable by cortada standards, but enough power to trip Iturbide up.
Powerful backhand. Rebote coming out. Iturbide. That clipped the side wall. Lalu was waiting for Cortada on the return, and Migarena makes the stop. Nicholas up high, keeps the ball in play. That's along the wall the entire way. What a catch by Migarena in the corner. Nicholas high and hard from the forehand. Rebote forehand by Lalu. Iturbide is there. Backhand. Two-wall by Iturbide scores. Beautifully executed, giving Iturbide and Amigarena 4 points, and the serve for the Chargers.
Well, Amigarena knew it right as he was releasing this ball. Look at how this opens. Two-wall there, and that is just perfect. Opens up so wide you can barely see it when it touches the front wall. And it's been mostly the costado in this third set. 3 of the 4 points for Iturbide.
Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Robote to the inside. Lalou, powerful forehand passing. Robote not playable. 4-4 is the score in the third set. Lalou serves.
Yeah, no chance on that Robote. That kicked way up high and they didn't even get the throw off. 4-4 late in the third set, back and forth the entire way. This has been a fun one. Oh,
all tipped.
Tip ball.
That's 5 points for Lalou and Nicholas. This is possible match point for the Fireballs.
And an unforced error late, and Chargers backed up again. They dug themselves out of this hole in set 2. Gonna need to do it again.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Powerful backhand by Amigarena. Ball tipped.
That's it.
In the backcourt. Point set in a hard-fought match for Lalou and Nicholas of the Fireball.
Lalou and Nicholas get the win in the end and end this game day in a 3-3 tie. We'll hear from our winners in just a few moments.
Real money games are live in Florida.
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 Real money games powered by Pass Motor Racing are now live in Florida, only on Hard Rock Bet. All you need is $1 to start. Win money your first 24 hours or get a games bonus back up to $100.
Take a look at that game day score. 3-3 tie. Fireballs and Chargers came down to the final set while Lou and Nicholas fighting hard all the way to the end. And they get that win. And we're going to get Nicholas over in the cage. We'll hear from this winning team before we close it out. What a Friday night it's been. Just a moment here, we'll get Nicholas over the cage. Here he is, ready to go after that win alongside Lalou and Nicholas. Congratulations, guys. Hard-fought match going into a third set. How good does it feel to get the win and get some points for your team?
Well, the game is so hard, so long, the point so long. Nico played very good on the back wall. And now it's good to finish with the win.
Yeah, and Nicholas, 3-1 this team has played through your first 4 matches. What do you like about the way that you and Lalou have played together?
I'm very happy play with Lalo. I think the communication is very important. It's my friend, you know. It's very important, the communication. Try to wall and that's it. Catch the ball and that's it.
Awesome, guys. Really well played, and he got half a point on game day. Congratulations. Let's take a look at those standings here before we depart. And you see what that does. The Fireballs take over that final playoff spot. Now 2.5 points. The Devils in third. Cyclones and Chargers tied up at the top. That's going to do it for us tonight. Another great week of Jai-Alai. We'll be back on Tuesday, 3 p.m. for some more game days. We'll see you then.